on, it's 6 o'clock. Rise and shine, rise and shine.
It's time for Early Break, brought to you by Gaina Trucking. Live from Lincoln, America. Here's Jake Sorensen.
Did seem kind of meh.
Husker Online, Steve Sipple.
Surprisingly good.
And longtime college football assistant coach, Bill Busch.
I want to buy a couple ducks. I'm bringing 2 ducks to the office.
This is Early Break.
Good morning. Happy Monday to you, Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, Bill Busch on Early Break Championship Monday in the tournament. Purdue against UConn tonight.
Big one.
Yeah.
Big one.
80 versus Klingon. Big versus big
I'm
tonight.
not joking.
Number 1 versus number 1.
Wouldn't miss it for the world.
And you won't. What's he writing down over there?
Poetry in the paint.
Oh! Wow, Monday
Poetry
morning, and Bill
in
has
the
already
paint.
got the words flowing over.
Yes. Right there.
You've been a good headline,
He
right?
had an editorial on Friday. Remember, he had an editorial.
I have. What was it? You had 2 things. You had 2 things. One was something, then you said, and I also have an editorial.
Give you a movie, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Yep.
And they have an editorial.
Then I have an editorial.
No big whoop. No
Poetry
big whoop.
in the paint. How great is it to see back to the basketball and rim protectors?
Geez, those guys are monsters. Too.
Oh, man.
They're monsters.
It's incredible.
Klingen.
7-4 and 7. What's Klingon? 7-2?
Yeah. Klingen Kong. I mean, he's good, man.
Oh.
That's going to be a matchup.
Yeah.
That I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, I like UConn. I like their supporting cast better, more dynamic. They got a Castle and they just got a more dynamic cast. So I don't think Edie can. I don't know if Edie can dominate the game. I don't think he can. Not
On
against Klingon.
paper, it doesn't appear if it'll even be close.
I mean, DJ
think.
Burns was no match.
No, we knew that.
Burns-
going in.
Yeah,
But
Burns had
still a
8
great
points.
story, though.
Burns had 8 points and 1 rebound.
Yeah.
I mean,
The rim protector on both sides, they influence the game.
they really do.
They influence the game. Remember, it's always back. Big guys are dead. No one cares.
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Face the basket. Shoot some threes.
Nope.
Nope.
No.
Everything changing. And all the wide open shots come from inside out basketball.
Yeah.
Old school. Put it inside.
beautiful.
If they double down, we're kicking it out. Oh,
And how many times do you see a driver, he'll dart into the lane and then dart
all of a
out when
sudden,
he sees the big
all of a
man.
sudden, exactly. It's like it's the same way when all of a sudden Sugar comes into a room and all of a sudden one of our cats is there.
Yeah.
Well, I'm back out. Oh, I'm out. I'm out. Didn't know this was going on. Long. Football. Out. They dart in and it's just like also it's like whoa.
Yeah. No, it's true.
Yeah. Or they just throw up stuff. Just we'll see what happens here.
Guys, it's gonna be and think about all the upsets in the tournament, but it all comes down to the 2 favorites, which I like.
Yeah.
I like that. I mean, I love UConn to win, but but it's the 2 favorites.
We'll dive in this game later on.
We can do idle chit-chat.
It's 8:20. The game's at 8:20 tonight. That's when it tips off. 8:20
Ooh, that's
p.m.
late.
Central
Ooh, that's
Central
Standard
time. So on the
late.
East Coast, it's like 9:20 tip off.
we got to
Enjoy
stay
that
up.
on
What's
Monday
in
night.
Hawaii?
That's is it 6:20 or 5:20?
No, it'd be a little earlier than that. Maybe almost
be
like
earlier.
I think it's 4 hours. Is it 3 hours behind Nebraska?
It's
I'm telling you, if I had to
live.
live, and people are like, I want to live in Hawaii, I'm like, it'd be horrible for college football. The time you're getting up, I got to start watching at 4 a.m. Then like it,
I think it's 4:20.
then like at 4 p.m. games are over.
Right.
Like
No, we got to stay up on the chain. We got to keep ourselves up
We will.
on the
Chain will
text
be
chain.
active.
Yeah, yes,
Chain
we
will be
will.
active
Yeah, we'll
tonight.
have to.
We
We
want
gotta
to
stay
stay
I'll
on
be
versus
drifting.
TD.
I'll be
Yeah, don't-
drifting. I will be. I'll be drifting.
Well, come on, we'll keep you awake, Bill. We'll keep you awake.
That's a lot to ask.
That is.
Idle chit chat. What we got off the bat? That was a start to idle chit chat. Anything else?
Well, I have-
for the
yeah,
weekend,
go ahead.
Bill?
Go ahead.
I've
please. I
two
don't really
things.
have any.
Maybe I don't know if we can get a vote from the. I'll let you guys vote. If you want to talk about my drive yesterday, 'cause I had to drive up to Neely, Nebraska,
I was
which
wondering
was
where the hell
was
you
great.
were.
And then also I saw Frank Solich yesterday in
What?
church. And had a chance to talk
Go
to
with
him.
that one.
Okay,
Let's start with Frank.
so it was great to catch up with him. Pam was with him, his wife, and his daughter Cindy was with him, and Moose was there. Moose Monson.
Wait a second.
Remember Moose from the football office? Brian
Oh,
Moose?
yeah.
Yeah, Moose was there.
What's-
with his wife Carrie. Yeah,
What's Moose doing now?
he's just down seeing his daughter. And so Moose is the defensive coordinator for Yonk at Creighton Prep.
Oh,
Yeah, does an incredible job.
Yeah.
Incredible job. He's one of those two are the best coaching combinations in the state. They're doing an incredible job.
Yeah, Yonk's from Schuyler,
But it was yes. It was great to catch up with Coach Solich. I talked about Lee's living in Boise. Him and Pam were living in Boise. And we started just talking about old times and different things. And so I asked him, I posed a question, which I don't think he'd mind me talking about. I said, Coach, wouldn't it be incredible if you had some of the old school talented fullbacks that you had back in the day and what you could do with them? And he talked about them, how their skill set was. And he goes, they try to move tight ends back into the backfield and do what fullbacks do. He goes, they can't do it. He says, it's really hard. It's just body type. You just don't see it. They try that. It's not the same as what a fullback is. And vice versa, nor can that fullback go up on the line of scrimmage. So it goes both ways. Then he had an interesting point. He goes, there's one guy that could have done it both. Tom Rathman. He said Rathman could have walked up on the end of the line of scrimmage and been like a Kittle and been like someone of that.
Because he could catch.
Because he could catch, he could run, and also an incredible blocker.
Yeah.
And
he had some size.
And then could also move back and also imagine I can be the best tight end in the game, and I can be the best fullback in the game. That doesn't happen anymore. You don't all of a sudden see, hey, we're going to put Kelsey back at fullback. No, that's not where it goes.
Frank is interesting. That fullback discussion, Jake, doesn't sound like much. Like it sounds like not a deep subject, but Frank could talk. He could do a seminar on it, on the fullback, and all it entails.
Yeah,
it's not a small thing.
I asked him. I said, I go, what would you do? Imagine today's football if you had a Brian Carpenter. He goes, he'd be unbelievable. That's what he said. Unbelievable. We had a Brian Carpenter.
Isn't there somebody out there that uses them?
I really don't even know. There are some. I mean, the only one that really a little bit. The true fullback that goes sometimes into the old school wishbone type of football, but they don't block like what they had. And the difference would be
no, they don't.
So linebacker wise, Steve, because you know football. Linebacker wise,
yeah, know defense better than me, but I know offense better than you.
Absolutely, I always know. I've always
no
said
doubt
that
about that.
No. Frank mentioned that to me. That's nice to say that Sip still keeps things balanced up there on the show.
Thank you, Frank.
One of the lead things you learned in football when I first started coaching linebacker wise, and when I was on offense I was with Coach Solich for a spring.
You were
on offense.
Wait a second.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yep. My first semester I coached running backs with Coach Solich. Yes.
You were just a young guy.
Just a young guy. Yes.
But you
could have played running.
The reason we started talking about it was we talked about the grind of a Sunday after a Saturday practice of 280 scrimmage plays. And it would be like 6 hours of grading film. Even Coach Solich said, he goes, that wasn't the fun times. Because it was like, I mean, because if there was 18 fullbacks, they all got to play a couple snaps. Everyone got into the scrimmage. And there was a lot of fullbacks. There was a bunch of players.
There always was. I mean, their depth chart was long.
It was very, very long. Where was I going with that?
Liebentritt is their fullback now. I don't. He doesn't play that much though, so they don't. No, Nebraska doesn't do a lot of the fullback thing, but they do a little bit.
I know what it was.
Yeah, go ahead. I just tried to fill some gaps.
See, I blanked out the ISO.
The ISO.
So just downhill run. It's fullback, linebacker. We'll meet you in the hole. Let's see what goes down here. You had to be a certain leverage side as a linebacker. That play doesn't exist anymore.
It doesn't?
No, it doesn't exist.
Nobody runs an ISO.
I'm sure there's some place someone say, "Oh, we do." Just go, add them up. Just tell me that national championship game. How many times you see the ISO? Zero. So it does. But that was like a drill. Linebackers every single day. Violent. You had to do that, and you'd get together with the fullbacks, and it was just collision ball.
Oh God,
it was just violent collision ball. So it was great to catch it. Coach looks great.
And he doesn't age much.
No, he still works out. He lifts.
He told me what he does. When he watches basketball or football games, he works out between during the commercial breaks.
That's smart.
Yeah,
that's just smart.
He has weights at home, like dumbbells, and he does it during the
commercial. 4 or 5 minutes worth of.
Those are long commercial breaks.
That's smart.
Yeah, I wonder if I should send him my band workout.
I think you should, or you could do your band workout between commercials too.
Be very smart.
Well, not between commercials, during commercials.
During the commercial.
If it worked out between commercials, I'd be working out during the game.
I'd be very tired. I'd be very tired.
They just went on a long drive.
Call time out.
I've been doing burpees
Hurley
for 20 minutes.
Hurley, for God's sake.
My workout between.
Where's the media time? Help me out. Come on now.
That made no sense.
Yeah, I don't have any idle chit chat. I worked pretty much all weekend. I wrote my Tuesday column yesterday so I can clear the deck for today. Got
Clear the deck
till I got 8:20.
Is there any way you think, Jake? Can we promote anyway? Can we get somebody to invest in us? And just I'd like to get an investment in some sort of a Nebraska travel show.
You want us to travel?
What's that?
You want us to travel
like that, or just me driving around?
Bill travels.
If somebody would just, I would enjoy
Invest.
that. Yeah, invest. I took a different ride. I had to go up to Neely.
Where'd you go?
And then
I know, but which way?
Came back
Sell the show to me.
Well, it's just me traveling around to small towns, getting to know the people.
Love this.
Talking architecture of the town, talking the school systems,
Or an expert on
and just
architecture.
talk. Oh, it'd be so much fun.
Sounds fun.
Well, I'd never been through Utica until yesterday, and then they have an incredible mini mart convenience store on the north side of town. Got a slice of pizza that was incredible.
Nice.
But then when I came home from Neely, Sipple, you'll like this.
I'm listening.
I whipped down 275, and I've never been through Oakdale, Tilden. Yeah, and then I whipped through Battle Creek too.
Oh God!
I whipped through Battle Creek.
Yeah,
and
you
then-
took a strange
and then
route.
I took a strange route, and then popped onto 81 over there at Madison, and so
Okay.
that was a fun.
Yep.
It was a
Just
great.
south of Norfolk.
I would
yeah.
like to travel Nebraska and just hit I'd like to hit every town in Nebraska.
I feel like a Bill Busch travel show would go very well with people.
I would like
so.
to do it. Bill Busch travel
You
show.
get to see all the restaurants,
Announcement
all the
coming.
cool
Yeah,
things.
all the
Oh, yeah.
cool things to stop and eat, and it'd be kind of like what's that? Diners, drive-ins.
Yes.
Is that kind of a food?
Yeah.
Kind of a deal.
Guy Fieri, Bill Busch, same
going
people.
in, film me going in, eating some food, eating some hot beef,
And get paid.
and get paid for it. Yes.
Sounds like a fun
I
time.
don't really need to get paid very much, just enough, just kind of cover my costs and make sure I can get
Why not?
food for sugar.
Get paid.
Someone says, did you go through Royal to see what's left of the zoo at all?
Did not, but we had some zoo discussions. We've had
Okay.
some zoo discussions. We
All
did
right.
not go through Royal, but I love taking different routes. I enjoy that.
Before we get out of idle chit chat, there's a couple things that you would like this, Bill, regarding mushroom season. Mushroom season.
It's gonna come down.
This is from Okie Husker in Tulsa. Says, Bill, I had about 200 morel mushrooms Saturday night. Thought about you every bite in northeastern Oklahoma.
Oh God, thank you. That is just.
What was that, Sip?
I guarantee you, the next day you probably didn't feel real good. That'll be that's a lot on your stomach. But thank you. So when we were driving home from the Heiser house,
Yeah, the high.
from watching game Saturday, and the thunderstorm was hitting. We had thunder, lightning, and a thunderstorm. And I looked at my wife. I go, "This is what we talk about.
It's time. It's a dream.
This is
the dream.
And it hit at the perfect. If that hits 2 weeks ago, doesn't do much. If that happens a month from now, doesn't do much. It hit right at the right time. It's gonna happen, guys. Season basically is on this week.
Jesse in Milford says, just wanted to start out this morning saying the morels are popping. Found over 2 pounds yesterday of morel mushrooms.
Wow. This is
So,
it. This is the time.
Where do you call from?
Jesse from Milford.
I wonder what.
Where were you at, Jesse?
Just give us some. You don't have to give us your sweet spot, but just tell us what river were you
general
along
area.
in general. Just in general, the terrain that you were in. Thank you.
Yes.
Because mushrooms grow better with thunder and lightning.
That's right.
As we know every day in Bill's
Yes.
Thrills. That is Idle Chit Chat, sponsored by our friends at Newton's Lawn Care. Please call or text Andrew at 402-440-6297. 50% off your first fertilizer application this spring. Is he in the house this morning,
Well,
the garage?
Sugar freaks out Saturday. I'm at the kitchen table doing some work on my laptop. Sugar freaks out. You know why? Also, I look outside. Why is she freaking out? Andrew is in the backyard.
Of course,
on Saturday.
Of course,
Yeah,
he's doing work.
And he brought a specialist in. We have some spotty areas we're working on, and he brought a specialist in. That's what he does. It's like I said, so it's a Saturday. It's Saturday. Talking about this big windstorm, and he's like, "No, I gotta put the time in." He was walking the yard Saturday morning.
Jeez, he's working
Yeah.
Saturdays.
Saturdays. Yeah, he
Busy
works every
guy.
day. He works every day, 7 days a week.
He's the man. Newton's
Yep.
Lawn Care.
Andrew.
402-440-6297. Before we get going here, there was breaking news to actually address.
Can we break it?
There's breaking news.
It was breaking.
I would say right around midnight last night, there is legitimately massive breaking news in the world of college basketball. We know there's a game tonight. The championship is tonight, but there is breaking news. John Calipari, the longtime Kentucky head coach, finalizing a 5-year deal with Arkansas. That's right. At around midnight last night, John Calipari announced he's leaving Kentucky. a 5-year deal they're finalizing with Arkansas, expected to make just less than the $8.5 million per year he was making with Kentucky, with the Razorbacks.
It's an $18 million buyout.
Is he one step ahead of the posse?
I don't know.
He can't be.
He wasn't very.
I guess they still can fire him, but he has a lifetime contract. But they can't.
Kentucky?
So I don't understand a lifetime contract.
No, I don't either.
Does that mean so if they fire you, they have to keep paying you until you die? I don't understand that.
It doesn't mean
I don't understand how a lifetime contract works.
I don't think it means anything. Whoa. God, that is gigantic.
So Eric Musselman went to USC from Arkansas. That was who was replacing. But yeah, Calipari now to Arkansas. Who goes to Kentucky? The biggest job in college basketball.
Well, first of all, home run for Arkansas, because now you wonder, okay, when are they going to be in the Final Four? Right?
Yeah, what we talked about was shocking to us was his age. What's his age, Jake?
He's 65 years old. 65 for John Calipari.
That's young 65.
Looks good.
Yeah, he does.
Looks good. That's shocking to me. What his age? So basically, they're saying is, hey, listen, next 3 or 4 years, we need to have a national championship. Final Four national championship here at Arkansas.
Put us in position.
Kentucky has had losses the last couple of years to a 15 seed, St. Peter's, and to a 14 seed this year, Oakland, in the tournament. But they were 2 seeds and 3 seeds. I mean, they had good seasons. They just got beat in the first round of the tournament.
So who is the Kentucky coach now? Who will it be?
Well, the first thing that needs to happen immediately this morning, I probably should have shot a text to him. You better get a hold of LeBlanc and get right up those stairs.
Yeah, I don't think you got to worry about that.
Hang on now.
No,
Fred's coach of the year.
That's true. That's a good point.
And everyone that
right.
And everyone that Kentucky wants,
they're
going to turn it down.
Would Fred turn?
But Hurley ain't going from UConn. Who else? Jay Wright's not coming out of retirement. Mm-hmm. I mean, the only thing we could hope for.
Who is it?
Please, please. What? There's one person we want to get it. Who is it? Bring him back, Pitino.
Rick Pitino.
Would that not be incredible?
Come on back.
Talk about talk radio. Sports.
Not a
talk
bad idea. Yeah. Not a bad idea.
The names that Arkansas had pursued that turned him down were Chris Beard at Ole Miss and Jerome Tang at Kansas State.
Say that again.
The names that Arkansas had pursued prior to Calipari were Chris Beard at Ole Miss.
How quickly?
And
it goes
things
away.
have changed. Things have changed for Chris Beard.
Yes.
And from his end of his Texas tenure.
Hey, that's a lesson, by the way. That stuff goes away.
Yeah.
I mean, whoa, Beard.
And Jerome Tang at Kansas State were names that were turned down by Arkansas.
Okay,
Arkansas
wouldn't you automatically put Beard on the Kentucky list?
Yes, absolutely.
And maybe Tang?
I would say Beard ahead of Tang.
And you're not wrong about Fred, by the way. You're not wrong.
No.
If there's 10, he's
in the pool.
On it. Yeah.
He's in the pool right now.
If there's 10.
Fred's in the pool.
Yeah, if there's 10,
we
Fred's
need
in the pool.
Immediately alert LeBlanc to get in soon and get up the stairs.
They have an AD now.
They have an AD. I know that, but still, LeBlanc handled the contract.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, Fred, I mean, I think he'd be, due respect to Fred and being the national coach of the year, he might be down the list a little bit.
Yeah, I'm saying, but you don't know how things fall.
But there's a list.
Weird things happen in coaching. Yeah. Pete Carroll was not USC's number one choice.
No, Jake, look it up. Kentucky candidate.
I'm trying to find it right now.
Yeah, if you just type in Kentucky candidate,
I got that. I'm telling you right now that Chris Beard will be on that list.
Yeah, I think so.
No matter what happens,
I think so
at Texas, he will be on that list.
Shaka
Smart probably at Marquette, a 2 seed this year in the dance.
Yeah, I mean, I wish I had my bracket. You just look at your bracket. I don't think Painter would. He's not going to Kentucky, right?
Did you think Calipari was going to Arkansas last night?
No.
So you never know.
No, you never know.
You never know.
Here's some names that were listed.
Please.
This is by CBS Sports. Is a list here.
Please.
Okay. They say Nate Oates, Alabama head coach.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense.
Pretty good option there.
That makes a lot of sense.
Final Four team this year.
Yeah.
No big deal.
Not doing it. He won't do it.
How about Scott Drew at Baylor?
Yeah.
Is it time for him to move on, possibly?
Yeah, it makes sense.
That makes sense.
Billy Donovan.
God, washed up.
Has he even coached the last 2 or 3 years?
The Bulls.
He's the Bulls.
Chicago
Bulls.
Bulls.
NBA.
He's the head coach right now?
Yes.
Okay, didn't know that. Did not know that.
Bill's locked into the NBA.
Don't admit
that. Yeah, that doesn't bother me at all to admit it. That doesn't bother me one bit.
Okay, all right. CBS Sports says Dan Hurley of UConn. That makes sense. Would he leave UConn and go to Kentucky?
Why?
No. You got a dynasty going, right? You could have back-to-back titles.
He's out of blue blood. He's out of blue blood.
Yeah.
Sean Miller at Xavier, possibly.
No.
Mark Pope, BYU. And their last one, what Bill mentioned, Rick Pitino is on the list from CBS Sports.
I like Pitino.
How old's Rick?
I think he's 73.
He's 70. That'd be a little tough.
Might be a little long.
Confirm that.
Might be a little long in the tooth.
He is 71. He's 71 years old.
Keep growing.
I don't know.
Patino is
It's a
71 years
71.
old.
That's a tough one.
for
That'd
Rick.
be hard. That'd be a hard one.
So who do you think then?
Dade Oates is one that stands out.
I
to
like
me.
Oates and Beard.
Oates isn't doing it in a million
You
years.
don't think so?
Why? Why?
No, not doing it.
Why?
He's
Give me a
Not
why.
doing it.
Just
Not
give
doing
me a why.
Okay.
Oates would make sense. He wears a suit coat. He plays a
does.
style that they would love in Kentucky.
Would we all be stunned if Hurley took that job?
Yes, I
Stunned.
would.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
because of how things are going, you said blue blood. They are blue blood at UConn.
Well, UConn is way
Why
more,
would-
way higher than Kentucky.
Yeah, why would you want to take
It's
that
not
job
even
if you're him?
close. In the
No,
last 25 years,
25 years,
what has
yeah.
Kentucky won?
No,
One,
yeah.
two, one.
It's been a long time.
They're going to win
Okay.
6. They're going to have 6 in 25 years.
It's not bad.
It's
pretty
the
good.
best.
It's
It's
pretty
the
dang
best
good.
in the country.
Hey, now
There's
wait a
no one
second.
better.
If you're Oates, why don't you take that job if you want to keep advancing in your life? You're going from Alabama, which made the Final Four for the first time, to Kentucky, which is what's going on.
Farley's here.
This is Farley.
I like Oates Beard. Oates Beard.
Hoiberg.
We don't want Fred to leave.
We're not saying we want him to leave.
No,
I'm saying he's on the list.
He's on the list.
There's 10 people on the
Okay.
list.
National
He's on the
Coach
list.
There's 2 more from the Courier Journal. I think this is
Okay.
in Kentucky,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Courier.
They've listed those. They said
Hold
the
on.
names.
Courier Journal.
they
I wanna
said-
figure out where that is.
They say Nate Oates. This is from Louisville.
Louisville.
Yep. They say Tommy Lloyd, the Arizona head coach.
Wow.
That's not a bad one.
We said Scott Drew. The other 2 that they mentioned we've not said yet are TJ Otzelberger at Iowa State.
Mm. He's done a tremendous job.
Yes.
And how about this one? Had a great year, Elite 8 appearance, Brad Underwood at Illinois.
Interesting.
Those are the names we're hearing right now in terms of possible candidates
Interesting.
at Kentucky.
Those fascinating names.
Well, what about why would Chris Collins not be mentioned?
Well,
Northwestern.
Chris Collins has had a good run.
Comes from Duke, and he's done an incredible job at Northwestern. Not a good job, an incredible job.
Greg in South Carolina weighs in.
Craig in Myrtle Beach.
Did I say South Carolina?
You did.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Will Kentucky
UK,
contact him?
UK has already reached out to Rick Barnes and Donovan. That's what he says.
Billy Donovan, yeah.
Billy Donovan. Billy Donovan.
Rick Barnes.
Rick Barnes
how about
again
that?
has to. How old is he? 68.
He's not young.
He's pretty old.
No,
Is he
not.
68?
I think he's
on.
mid
I say
60s.
65.
I think he's mid 60s.
69.
69.
Rick Barnes is 69
69.
years old. He's older than Calipari by 4 years.
We thought Calipari was a little old.
You know what was weird about Barnes? When he brought Texas in here, he would work out at the downtown Y right over here, right behind.
Rhea?
I saw him twice. Freaked me out.
Talk to him.
No, I was like, I was startled by it. There he was standing at the front desk one time. Then one time he was in the gym doing some kind of workout with a trainer. It was just him on the basketball court.
I noticed that in CBS Sports or the Courier Journal, they both did not say Chris Beard.
Really?
Chris Beard, although Arkansas reached out to him, Kentucky apparently not on the list for him.
It's chancy. You're if you're the AD, you got to ask. You got to answer a lot of questions. Sure, you want to do this?
There's been a couple texts that I don't agree with, but I like, he's a coach that's doing well. Greg McDermott at Creighton.
Yeah.
Don't think he fits at Kentucky, probably.
Well, I would
like that
imagine that
fit for
he's
him.
higher on that list than we think.
At Kentucky?
Yes.
Well,
He's
done a great
I
job
would
at
say
Creighton.
McDermott's one of the top 5 people you're looking at. I mean,
top 10. Top 10.
7. Top 7.
So,
Who else were you going to say on off the text line? You said 2 people.
no, they both said McDermott.
Oh, they both said McDermott.
Several, a couple has said McDermott possibly. So there you go. We don't get much breaking news the night before the show like that. But John Calipari going to Arkansas.
Were you guys up?
No,
No, I didn't know. I didn't get till
I
this
got
morning.
my
I'm
phone
driving
this
in, and I'm listening to the radio, and all of a sudden they're talking about all this stuff about Kentucky. Well, it's an interesting story because the radio show I listened on the way coming in here, Perloff and Maggie.
Mhm.
That you know who Maggie was promoting? Whole different. Dawn Staley to Kentucky. That was her take. It was Dawn Staley to Kentucky.
I don't know if that would work.
Yeah.
But
a lot of interesting things. But it was.
Appreciate the thought.
I liked to listen to her when she had it well presented. She had thought through it. It was very, very well presented. It was very interesting. Very, very.
By the way, Don Staley won the championship yesterday, 87-75 over Caitlin Clark in Iowa.
What was the bench scoring, Jake?
I think Iowa had 0 points.
37-0.
37-0.
37-0. The two key stats: bench scoring 37-0 and rebounding 51-29.
Yep.
51-29. South Carolina hammered them on the boards.
Height mattered.
Oh
Again.
God, Cardoso,
Yeah.
6'7".
You can't stop.
6'7". Brazilian.
Yeah.
6'7". Yeah, I think she had 17.
So I thought
I mean, they had 18 offensive rebounds yesterday.
Just hammered them on the boards.
So I want you to think about because they were talking about Don Staley this morning, and I'm just thinking one of the most amazing coaching jobs that have ever been done. What did you think before she took over at South Carolina? They were nothing. This is all her. This is all her. This is all her.
It's recruiting. God,
and guess what? UConn wasn't anything either.
Before Gino
got there, and Tennessee was the starter. Mm-hmm. They're the ones that there was no dynasty. They became the dynasty. But all of a sudden, Don Staley, what did she do? Like when also goes, I'm just going to go somewhere, and I'm going to make the best program in the country. And last year they were good enough to win it all too. Iowa just upset them in the semis. They were going to win it again.
They had one loss. That was that game.
Yeah, and guess what? They're all they started like 2 or 3 freshmen this year.
They're pretty young.
I mean,
their team
they won 38. They didn't lose a game.
38-0.
Their team
first team undefeated since 2016 in college in women's college basketball.
I give Iowa credit for staying close because you may not agree with this. Push back all you want, but South Carolina's way better. Way better.
They are.
Oh yeah,
way better.
Iowa came out hot. They were making everything, but then
what happened? Raven Johnson.
Yep.
Raven Johnson. So Caitlin Clark has 18 in the first quarter. Then they put Raven Johnson on her, and Raven Johnson shut her down.
She went 5 for 20 on Raven Johnson. That's it.
Raven Johnson.
Yep, 5 for 20.
And Raven Johnson, disrespected by Caitlin Clark last year, if you remember during the national semifinal, Raven Johnson squared up for like a 3-pointer, and literally Caitlin Clark waved her off. Didn't guard her. It was really disrespectful. So Raven Johnson gets her revenge, picks her right before halftime, picks her pocket, goes in for a layup.
It is funny. I mean, she still was only 1 for 11 shooting, so she was not a shooting threat.
She's a point guard, though. She
was not a shooting threat, but she played great defense.
Oh, no, and she makes their offense go. She's their point guard.
Yep.
She's great. She's great. And
just imagine somebody just decided that we're going to be the best women's basketball team. South Carolina. Do you ever think when she got hired there? Remember the story? No. There was no story.
There was no story.
No one even knew.
Exactly.
No. And now they've been to 4 finals. They've won 3, and they have. I mean, what will they be next year preseason?
I don't know.
One.
Cardoso's gone. I don't know who else is gone. Cardoso will get drafted in the top 5 of the WNBA. I don't know who else is
6'7".
Yeah.
That'll hurt. It'll hurt.
The Brillian.
You couldn't stop her. Every rebound she got every rebound in that game. Every one of them.
She gets it back up.
Every rebound she got in that game.
Yeah, they have an incredible roster because they have like 6 people that can hurt you.
Yep.
Yeah, they're deep.
It's very well constructed there. So congrats to South Carolina. They win. They're 38-0, the first undefeated team since 2016 in women's college basketball.
37-0 bench points. You just figured they would wear them down. South Carolina would wear them down. They did. That's what they did.
By the way, do you want to guess, before we get, we'll move on next segment to some football, but do you want to guess the spread in tonight's game, UConn and Purdue?
UConn's a favorite.
6 in the hook.
Ooh.
UConn.
Wow.
Brilliant. How about on the dot? How about on the dot?
I wouldn't have guessed
6 in the hook is correct.
I would not have
guessed
that. I would have said 3.5.
And I will go honestly on this one. Did not know. I've never looked at a point spread in my life. I have no idea.
Bill is in tune with Vegas with that one.
Yeah, he Bill knows basketball. I still think he should coach basketball.
Try to get a team together. Us 3.
All I know on defense going forward, when we talk about football, you handle the defense, I'll handle the offense.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And then Jake just more like O-line, D-line.
Yeah, special teams.
Yeah, special teams.
Me and Bill can talk special teams.
I think I understand offense a little better than you.
I agree.
Leverage.
Yes.
I'll focus on the trenches, I got the trenches, guys.
RPO.
Leverage. It's a leverage game.
It's all leverage.
When we come back, an update from practice on Saturday, an early break on the ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
NEBCO is hiring CDL drivers for ready-mixed concrete, Husker Concrete, and Beatrice Concrete. NEBCO offers great pay, medical and retirement benefits, paid time off, and they pay for CDL training. Apply today and start your new career with a $2,500 hiring bonus. From NEBCO's beginning in 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's NEBCOINC.com. Unearth the secret to long-lasting tires at Tread's Central Tire Pros, a league apart in commitment, service, and expertise. This isn't just about rubber meeting the road, but trust, safety, and surety converging in perfect harmony. This is where expectations are exceeded every time. Make your appointment today at Tread's Central Tire Pros, just south of Cortland on Highway 77, or visit our website to explore our services. Remember, when it comes to tires, choose Tread's Central Tire Pros because we tread differently.
Community means something different to everyone. But for me, it means cheering on those around you during the good times and helping them out during the tough times. I'm softball player Jordy Ball, and I've been blessed with the support of my friends, family, coaches, and community throughout my life. When looking for a bank to call home, it was easy to choose Midwest Bank. I never feel like just another customer, and they're proud to support their communities. They love what they do, and it shows. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank.
Bagels & Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in April. Try their brand new cake batter cream cheese on any breakfast sandwich. And try the caramel latte, as 10% of proceeds from that drink will go to the Foundation for Lincoln Public Schools. 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward. Bagels & Joe.
Grab a free burger and beer at Elway Power Sports of Lincoln on April 27th during their Husker Spring Game tailgate. Meet the Elway Power Sports team, play some tailgate games with them, and enter for a chance to win an official John Elway autographed football. Check out their huge selection of boats and watercraft for the summer, along with hundreds of motorcycles, ATVs, and side-by-sides from all the major brands. Stop out and watch the game with them on April 27th. Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, 27th and I-80. They'll be tailgating all day. Spring is a time of new beginnings and trying new things. If you haven't tried Fuhrer's cheese spread yet, the time is now. For parties for St. Patrick's Day and Easter, or celebrating the NCAA tournament with friends, there's no better dip to bring everyone together and celebrate something from Nebraska. Get to your local grocery store today and load up on Fuhrer's cheese spread. No event or party is complete without it on your table. Rosie Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road.
Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing and promotional needs in Lincoln, Nebraska. They specialize in screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, window wraps, print collateral, promotional products, and signage. At Perch Merch, they are committed to delivering high-quality products and exceptional customer service. Their experienced team of designers and printing professionals will work with you every step of the way to ensure that your vision is realized. Call for a quote today at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com.
It's officially one of the greatest weeks of the year on the sports calendar, Masters Week. Book your tee time today with friends, family, or coworkers at Double Eagle Golf inside the Kinetic Sports Complex on West O Street. Doors open at 10 a.m. from Thursday to Sunday, and they'll have food directly from Augusta National, like pimento cheese sandwiches, Georgia pecan caramel popcorn, and lots more. Plus specialty drinks to get you in the mood for the greatest golf tournament in the world. Book a bay today at doubleeagle.golf.
Unearth the secret to long-lasting tires at Tread's Central Tire Pros, a league apart in commitment, service, and expertise. This isn't just about rubber meeting the road, but trust, safety, and surety converging in perfect harmony. This is where expectations are exceeded every time. Make your appointment today at Tread's Central Tire Pros, just south of Cortland on Highway 77, or visit our website to explore our services. Remember, when it comes to tires, choose Tread's Central Tire Pros because we tread differently.
This
I'm not on drugs. I'm not drunk.
is Early Break with Sip and Jay, brought to you by Gaina Trucking. Weekday mornings from 6 to 8 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We will get a football update from practice here in a second. Before that, our second segment always sponsored by Beck's Hybrids, the largest independent family-owned seed company in the USA, founded in 1937. Beck's Hybrids provides unrivaled customer service and product diversity for both corn and soybeans, founded on the 3 F's, faith, family, and farming. Head over to beckshybrids.com.
Got the hoodie on. I love this hoodie.
Look at his hoodie there.
Love the hoodie. The Beck's hoodie. You not wear your zip today?
I did. I took it off.
Yeah, he had it on this morning. He's got too hot.
I'll wear it every day.
Got too hot.
I'll wear it every day. I think I will. I'll wear this all the way till June.
I'm going to wear it all the way till I'm dead.
Yeah, and I'm also sticking with it too because it's always so cold in here. So I'm going to wear it every day. I will wash it. I will wash it
every day.
Yes, but it'll be.
It looks good.
Oh, I like it.
Have you washed that one yet?
Absolutely. Yeah, I wash it every day.
You wash it every day.
I wash it every day. Yeah, I wash it every day.
He says he wears his every day till death.
Yeah,
he says
that's a long time.
That's a long time.
I don't know.
Yeah, we don't know that. I guess
we don't know that.
Yeah, we don't
Could
know
be
what
a
that
long
is.
time.
Hey,
anyway, I'm very excited.
You wash it with a washcloth, or you put it in the you put it in the washer?
Yeah, don't do it. Yeah, I've never washed a hoodie with a washcloth.
Washcloth.
Carry me the washcloth. What is that? What are you talking about?
It.
No. We do the full on. Those guys are, like I said, like that. They're in busy mode right now. I mean, they're loading up seed. Seed's going out the door like you can't believe.
Is it?
Oh yeah. And the containers, the size that comes in. Oh my, it's pretty incredible.
Seed containers.
Yes, how they load them and how things get planted now. It's insane compared to what it used to be. And it's just it is.
We got to go out there.
It's perfected by one seed company. Beck's. That they perfected it.
Sonny Beck.
Sonny.
Perfection.
Yes. Out of Indiana.
Yep.
And we'll be flying out there to meet Sonny, and he'll be back here in August.
How intimidating is that going to be?
Very intimidating.
Yeah. We're out there doing a live thing, and all of a sudden Sonny walks out.
I know.
Can't you see him? I bet he's got jeans.
Play it cool.
And I bet he's got a white button-up shirt on.
Play it cool.
That'd be tough to be cool when we got to see Sonny for the first time.
Play it cool.
I'm going to try.
Act like you've met someone famous.
I brought in my
Doesn't
bag.
go well.
I brought my bag in today, my canvas bag.
Yeah, I saw it's over there.
It's over there.
Yeah, see that? It's over there on the ledge. I saw
travel
that.
bag.
Yeah,
That's
I keep my
good.
meds in mine.
Yeah.
Keep the meds. Good. Keep them in order.
You're joking.
No, thanks to
My asthma medication.
BecksHybrids.com. Also, before it's a lot of asthma medication.
A lot of asthma.
A quick plug also for the 7 o'clock hour. We're going to have Matt Lubik on the show. The new
What time?
About 7:10.
7:10.
The new Nevada offensive coordinator, the former Nebraska OC, also has been at Oregon. Was at Kansas as an analyst last year.
40 Washington.
We will have Matt Lubik on about 7:10 this morning.
Old Miss.
It's been around.
Yeah, it's been around like that. It's a tremendous story you want to listen to.
So
tremendous story of hope and inspiration. You'll love hearing this.
So we talked to Matt Lubik on the phone at 7:10. All right, Sip, you were at post practice on Saturday. Wow. Now, this is the coaches clinic weekend, so a lot of coaches from across the state were here to listen to Bill Belichick talk. They also got to watch practice on Saturday morning. Farley was there. He told us he was watch practice. Jay Foreman was there also. But Sip, you were at post practice. You heard from Matt Rule. Mm-hmm. Was there anything of note that you heard from Matt?
Yeah,
Rule?
a lot. I mean, he said the quarterbacks are moving at they are definitely moving at an accelerated pace. I asked him specifically about the 3 scholarship guys, Raiola, Kalen, Harburg.
You want his response?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Hold on, do we get Sip's voice?
No. I don't think we got Sip's voice. Here's Matt Rule's response to the quarterbacks competing on the depth chart.
Yeah, they're right on track. Further ahead probably than I thought. There was a time, Steve, where I used to be like, hey guys, don't worry about where you're on the depth chart. And I think I said this the other day, so forgive me, but don't worry about the depth chart. Just learn and grow. And fundamentally, that's what I believe. But if the players are obsessed with where they are, then I'm like, okay, well then figure it out. Go win. And we sometimes live in a world now where everyone's like, well, why does this person get this? Why is it? Just worry about you. Be great at what you do. We've never kept a great player on the bench. We never have. So I think all 3 quarterbacks, what that's doing is one guy sees a guy flip the protection and he says, oh, I'm going to flip the protection. It's just players learn from players way more than they learn from coaches. And, if you're one of the freshmen and you see the other freshman quarterback change the protection or adjust the route, then you're going to do it. Right. And I think Glenn's doing a great job of fostering that, and Sat's doing a great job of allowing it. And you see them taking things. Not everything's perfect, but we're definitely moving in a really accelerated pace.
Running back update. Do you have that?
Yes, I do.
Running back update.
Steve, he said
He mentioned Steve in there. I heard
that was amazing.
Here's Matt Rule on the running backs.
Yeah, we're limited at the running back position just with injury. Ramir's practicing just, kind of in a limited capacity. He's full go. Like, it's just me, right? Like, year 6, shoulder injury. I want Ramir ready to go. Gabe is doing some indie. Quentin Ives has a hamstring, so he's been out for a couple days. I think Emmett's doing a great job. What we want from Emmett is for Emmett to take that jump from, hey, I played last year, made some explosive plays, to like I do it down in and down out. Dante's a guy that's flashing with some big, powerful physical runs. But kind of the conditioning of being the guy, play in and play out. Like, we're just working on that with him and blitz pickup and all those things. But I'm really pleased with Dante and where he's at and where he's heading. Maurice Mazuka is a guy that earned the respect of the team last year on the scout team, and we almost made him the short yardage back at one point. Maybe should have. And Reese is out there, and he's doing a fantastic job. I had one of our former players kind of walk down. He's like, "Who's 33, man? He's really a good player." And I'm like, I know. And that's one of the benefits of the spring league is these guys are getting a ton of reps. So I've been really pleased with that group, and I've been really pleased with kind of how they're doing things. And then we have Kinchin's a big physical power back. So we have a lot of guys who haven't played a lot that are doing some good things. I'm just anxious to see sort of how that whole room unfolds in the end.
Trayvon Kinchin. I hadn't heard of him.
I hadn't either.
Evidently a walk-on. A freshman from Miami. Maurice Mazuka is Micah's brother. And Micah Mazuka is a transfer from Florida. Maurice is a senior, so I don't know. I don't know where all this stuff happens, but Maurice is those are walk-ons. Ives, that's a significant injury because he's got to make a move. And a lot of guys can make a move in the spring, but he's out, has a hamstring, so you watch that. Dowdell has been fine. You heard the quote. So yeah, I mean they're progressing. The receiver, the only guy he mentioned at receiver, you don't have to play the sound because he goes through a lot.
Okay.
The only guy he mentioned was Jalen Lloyd, and he likes the fact that Jalen Lloyd competes at both track and football. And Lloyd caught a long touchdown from the big horse Dylan Raiola on Saturday.
That's the new big horse.
Yeah, he's a big horse. But yeah, that. Then I thought his comments on Belichick were good. What do you got?
Here's
Belichick.
I'm not going to play
speaker.
the whole thing. It's a long.
The one about how he was embarrassed was good.
Is it off the bat?
I think so.
Okay. Well, here's a little bit of Matt Rule on Bill Belichick.
He is so smart. Has seen so much that he can make the complex so simple that it humbles you and embarrasses you. I was embarrassed yesterday listening to him, how smart he is, how simple it was. He went 4.5 hours with the coaching. Forget the clinic. Like, he came in and met with our coaching staff. And 3.5 hours in, I was like, "Coach, would you like a water, a cup of coffee? Would you like to use the restroom?" Because I desperately had to use the restroom, And he's like, "I'm fine, Matt." I was like, "Yes, sir." And just sitting there and just talking, right? And just his recall from things 15 years ago. And, the only reason why we don't get through more information is because he's having to slow down to make sure you understand what he's saying. I mean, so you have this man who's a savant, right? Who's been a defensive coordinator. He's been a special teams coordinator. He's coached, he could be an offensive coordinator. He's been a head coach twice. He's been a GM person. I mean, he's talking about football in a way that just illuminates things and makes things so simple that you're like, oh my goodness.
There you go.
He said something interesting too. He said that some of the assistants kind of wanted to kind of tell Belichick what they do. And Rules said he doesn't care what you do. Just listen to him, okay? Just be quiet. He doesn't care what you do. It was kind of interesting.
Kind of fun. I have to agree with that.
Right. Right. So yeah, Belichick spoke to the group, the clinic, and it was 800 guys or so, clinic coaches on Friday. And then Osborne, looking very regal in a blazer, spoke to the group on Saturday. So that's pretty good. You have Belichick and Osborne; those are good speakers.
Not bad. Not a bad 1-2 punch there.
Yeah, not bad. So that was the highlight. Those are the highlights. Not much defensive talk. We'll get around to that probably this week.
Okay. There's your practice update from spring ball.
Is there anything else? Any of that other sound that you're interested in?
No, not really.
Okay.
You kind of hit that. The receiver room was just Lloyd they talked about.
Jalen Lloyd. Yes, Jalen Lloyd.
You get confused. There's Jaden Doss or Jalen Lloyd. So you get those names confused. Jaden. Thank you. Confirming that.
Oh, wait, what's going on? We got a breaker.
Yeah,
I'm going to get this camera switch over here.
I don't know.
Grill for sale.
Whoa, wait a second.
This is supposed to be vintage.
I think you're supposed to want to have the word vintage, but didn't spell it right. Check your spelling.
No, it's okay. Vintage.
Check your spelling.
Wait a second. Vintage.
Get back.
Whoa. Vintage grill for sale
for $50. $50? He spelled vintage without the T.
Yes.
He said vintage or vintage.
Yeah, vintage. Did he have a number on there?
Kid Farley.
I don't think there was a number to call.
I saw a grill for sale for $50. A vintage grill for sale for $50.
I wonder what a vintage grill is.
You said it was from Royal. It was the one.
It was the one that got thrown.
Yeah, it's dented.
Oh, we need that grill. We need that grill.
There's somebody that knows like that grill is my grandpa's. They grabbed it from my grandpa's patio. You know that happened.
I wonder if he held it over his head.
I wonder if he did.
Like King Kong would do. Then let out a primal scream.
Primal.
When we come back, song of the day and Bill's Thrills on early break on the ticket.
There'll be pushback.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round. And their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing and promotional needs in Lincoln, Nebraska. They specialize in screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, window wraps, print collateral, promotional products, and signage. At Perch Merch, they are committed to delivering high-quality products and exceptional customer service. Their experienced team of designers and printing professionals will work with you every step of the way to ensure that your vision is realized. Call for a quote today at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com.
The Lincoln Marathon hits the streets Sunday, May 5th. Will you be part of the pack? Registration is now open for the full and half marathon at thelincolnmarathon.org. This event offers something for runners of all ages and abilities, from elite athletes to those looking to accomplish a fitness goal or check off a bucket list item. Sign up now to run the marathon on Sunday, May 5th. If running isn't in the cards, consider volunteering on race day. Complete event details can be found at lincolnmarathon.org.
Jake Sorensen here for The Body Shop. My wife is nearing her due date with our first child and has been in need of a good massage as her body continues to change and adapt. Dennis and the team at The Body Shop were incredible with the prenatal massage that she's still talking about today. I was also able to get a deep tissue massage, so it was a great bonding experience and a unique couples massage in general. If you're in need of stress relief, book a massage today at thebodyshoplincoln.com. The Body Shop at 48th and A.
Spring is a time of new beginnings and trying new things. If you haven't tried Fuhrer's cheese spread yet, the time is now. For parties for St. Patrick's Day and Easter, or celebrating the NCAA tournament with friends, there's no better dip to bring everyone together and celebrate something from Nebraska. Get to your local grocery store today and load up on Fuhrer's cheese spread. No event or party is complete without it on your table.
Hi, I'm Senator Bo Ballard. I was born and raised in Lancaster County, learning the value of hard work and grit at a young age. I built my own company, creating jobs right here in our community. I know that families and businesses in our community need lower taxes, lower cost of healthcare, and a great education. That's why, as your senator, I helped pass the largest tax cut and made the most significant investment in education in Nebraska history and worked to reduce the cost of healthcare. I'm Senator Bo Ballard, and I humbly ask for your vote on May 14th. Paid for by Ballard for Nebraska.
Looking for a job that feels like family? Join Lincoln Industries, where tradition meets innovation. They're a family-owned, privately held manufacturing company with a passion for excellence and a commitment to their community. They have openings on all shifts at both the main plant and air park facilities, offering flexibility to fit your schedule. Whether you're a seasoned professional or just starting out, there's a place for you there. At Lincoln Industries, they invest in their people's success, providing opportunities for growth and advancement. Apply now and become a part of something special at Lincoln Industries.
Sandhills Global is hiring. With their fast-paced, growing culture, they have hundreds of new openings in sales, marketing, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Full-time roles offer a 4.5-day work week, along with flexible internships in most areas. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Find your fit today at www.sandhills.jobs. Spring is here. It's time to get back outside and into proper shoes this year. Brown Shoe Fit is the place to buy this spring with their sale on athletic shoes. Get $15 off any regular price athletic shoes with respected brands like Hoka, Brooks, New Balance, and On Running. And don't forget, Browns carries a large arrangement of sizes and widths to fit your feet properly. Start your spring off right at Brown Shoe Fit, just south of 66th and Q in Lincoln.
You love to bash his sports takes.
Now, will you feel like an idiot if you're
No,
a big tough?
never feel like an
If
idiot.
you're a big tough guy this morning,
But you really love to voice your displeasure for his music
he
choices.
stumbled on an issue that I did not think would generate this much passion and discussion.
It's time for Jake's questionable song of the day on Early Break on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Once again, your song of the day, Rock and Roll Band by Boston from 1976, 464-56851. 1 is bad, 10 is good. Text your rating on the Sauter Heyman Jewelers song of the day.
You know who I thought of?
Who?
Paul Klempa.
Yeah, Paul Klempa.
Klempa likes
Nebraska
Boston.
bowling coach.
Favorite band.
Good band.
Probably the biggest
All kinds of
Boston fan there.
reverberation and stuff. Everything's all jacked up on the
I don't hear anything
on the
in mine.
headphones.
100.
Yeah. It worked fine
100.
before. Now, I mean,
100.
our stuff is not
Both?
working. Yeah.
100. Paul Klempa. Shout out to Paul Klempa, friend of the show, good friend of the show, good friend. Can't give it a bad score, even though it's probably the 5th or 6th best Boston song. 5th
Right.
or 6th.
Yeah, I'd
Yeah,
say
probably.
that's about right.
Yeah.
5th or 6th.
The song just is. Am I mistaken, or does that just launch into that song? There's no real lead in.
There's a launch.
Yeah, it just
launches.
launches in, which is interesting. If I was critiquing the song to them, I'd say you got to have a little lead in. You just
What's wrong
launch
with a
into
launch? I don't need to have like a 2-minute prelude
No, you don't need
before
a
the
break. You don't
song
need a
gets
2-minute
going
prelude.
here.
Just a lead paragraph. Not a 2 minute. Not a 2 minute. Just a quick lead paragraph, then launch.
It's a little better now.
Is that better? Sorry, the headphones too loud
I think
for
you
you,
fixed
probably.
it. I think you fixed it, Bill.
I'm
Bill.
just trying to mess with your guys'
think you
ears
fixed
over
It
here.
would just be nice to have some consistency on the board.
You fixed the plane.
Yes. What'd you score it?
Haven't scored it yet.
We're still talking about it.
I'll go. I got to be honest now. I'm trying to be honest. 7.16497.
Solid number. It's not a walk-up song to me. It's a song. It doesn't stink. It's a 61942.
I like that. I've never heard that one before. It's a song that doesn't stink, but it's just a song, though.
Just a song. It doesn't do much for me. It doesn't. If it's on, I'm probably not change. I might change it. I might.
Maybe.
Depends the mood I'm in.
Not a walk up. Are you sure?
To me, it's not a walk up. You go with on. Be your own person. It's okay.
Mm-hmm.
But no, that's not me.
I'll try to be my own person.
We got to guess Josh's score over here.
Josh is going to be a little. I think a 6.9.
Oh, 6.9.
I'm going to 7.9. 7.
Yeah, pretty high
9 for Josh.
It's a great band.
Look at Josh.
It's a great band.
He's got a stocking cap on.
Yes.
He does. It's kind of cold outside this morning.
Hockey.
Some ratings before we get to Bill's Thrills. Some ratings here. We got Giltner 9.2, Mike and Dalton 9.35, Triple H's dad.
Wow.
Whoa, Triple
5.
H's dad.
Dinos is 9.3, Sean in Omaha 7.5, Ellis in Illinois 6.5, who in Columbus? 5.5.
Pretty high.
5.5 from Bird in Columbus.
Yeah.
Not bad. Kiffin in Columbus a 9. Brad from the
Kiffin,
Baldwin
money.
Shop a 9.
Wait, say that again.
That was Brad from the Baldwin Shop a 9.
Brad likes
I
that.
like that one.
I like that a
Hello,
lot.
Brad.
Sanderson.
Baldwin Shop. Thank you.
Sanderson 7.7. That's a high score for
Hello,
Sanderson.
Sandy.
Joel in Wisconsin says, Jake, you moved me to text in that one. Great Monday song, 9.5.
Okay, all right.
Happy
Didn't
Monday,
hate it.
Joel.
Didn't stink.
No,
Didn't stink.
Wink and Casey, that might be Wink Martindale.
Wink Martindale.
Probably is
Yes.
Wink Martindale, a 4.
Is he with us still? Wink?
Yeah, he is. Jennifer 9.5, hubby 8.3. They just say yes as the comment. Yes,
That's right in their wheelhouse.
Wait.
Yeah.
They both gave it a
They both
9?
gave-
No,
yeah.
9.5, Jennifer.
Everybody's
8.3,
getting
hubby.
along there at the house this morning. That's
Everybody's having a
nice.
good time.
Harmony.
Well,
Hey,
that is
Heyman,
their
wait a
song.
second.
Oh, say, Heyman's on there?
Yeah, Heyman. 9.899979. Rick liked this
Rick
one.
liked it. Okay, good job,
Smart
Rick.
man. It is now time, without further ado, for Bill's Thrills on a Monday. Here we go.
Some call him the most interesting man in the world.
That is setting up the morel mushroom bonanza.
Oh,
yeah,
this
we
is gonna be
need it.
bonanza?
Mushrooms grow better with thunder and lightning.
Others call him Coach. But to everyone else, he's Bill.
I want to get one of those military ab stimulators for us to wear during the show. You see, I sent you today.
It's time for Bill's Thrills on Early Break. Sponsored by Dirk, Scott, and Ty at Mid-Plains Advisors.
Yes, as always, Bill's Thrills is sponsored by Dirk, Scott, and Ty at Mid-Plains Advisors, the ATMs, the cash cows of Lincoln. Call them at 402-730-7387 to plan your financial future today with a free consultation. Bill was dancing over there to the intro.
And get a hold of those guys for your pick tonight.
Who are we talking about?
Dirk, Scott, and Ty.
They're doing all
Mid-American
the picks. Yeah, they're right now. They're at 88% for the tournament.
Good God,
88% for the tournament. There are people that Scott said there are some that have shared like where we at with the totals. Several people over $200,000 of income off of their picks from the NCAA tournament.
I really need to get a hold of these.
Yeah,
guys.
get a hold of. So what's that number again? Where can you get a hold of that?
402-730-7387. Also just north of 27th and Old Cheney.
So get your picks from those guys and then invest it and then run it through the tax-free app. It's a system.
Don't even worry about the tax deadline.
You don't worry about it. No.
You don't. Why do you worry about it?
You have that kind of money?
You got the app,
They fine you? Yeah, here you go.
Yeah.
I'll pay you back in cash. Okay, so we have a situation.
What is it?
Situation coming up is that tomorrow I'm going to Aurora High School to speak. So I will not be present tomorrow morning because I'm going to be at Aurora High School early in the morning. So I move things up.
Okay.
So I move things up. You know, kind of a combination. Talk about sport and bugaboo.
Oh boy!
All right, this is fun.
So I got a basketboo. Problems with hoops. A basketboo.
A basketboo.
Yeah.
This is new. I like this.
A basketboo.
Basketboo.
Something that
You're an incredible headline writer.
It's a basketboo.
A basketboo.
Something that chaps my ass.
Whoa!
My
Yeah.
God,
Yeah.
watch the language.
Yeah, I know it. Well, Just letting you know I'm not happy.
Hey, he's bugaboo. He's
There's
bugaboo
going to be
over there.
pushback. I get it. I'm tired. I want it stopped. I'm sick and tired of playing basketball in football domes.
Ooh,
I don't want
this is
anything
good.
to do with it. This is a train wreck. I'm tired of the pundits all last week talking about, everyone says, well, you got to get out there. You got to shoot a lot. There's no background to you. When the game was at like 2:30 Arizona time, and the top of it, it's all clear. There's sunshine coming in from the top of the arena in Phoenix. And if you look at the seats real close, how flat they are, there's only about 10,000 seats that are worth a crap. The rest of them stink. And just, I want you guys to think about this,
100,
okay? Just
100.
Just put it in a place that holds 20, 22,000. There's places everywhere that they can get a place. Hey, it holds 22,000, 24,000, whatever. And now, how about a feel for the players? Why jack with the players? So here's my theory on it right there. What's the most popular sporting event ever? Besides the World Cup, too. I get that. Don't change that. What in America? What is it?
Super Bowl.
Yeah. Where do they play it at?
Glendale.
In stadiums.
Yeah.
Sometimes 60,000. Do they all of a sudden go, hey, we're going to put the game at the Indy 500 at the infield so we can get 250,000 people there? Do they do that? No.
Bad idea.
No, they don't. No, it's dumb.
No, you don't like
So
that idea.
dumb.
I'm sorry, you don't like that
How about
idea.
college football?
I kind of like your Indy idea.
Do they change college football for the championship game? Hey, we got to play. We got to try to get 180,000 people
Churchill
there.
Downs.
No, yeah, Churchill. I wrote it down. Churchill Downs. Right there. It's written down. It's written down. Churchill Downs. That's where we're going to do it. Did they change that? No.
Twin Spires.
How's college baseball doing? Pretty good. They play it in a baseball stadium. That's where they play it. They play it in a baseball stadium. They don't play it in some other. Hey, let's just put the stadium inside of a football dome. Let's try that one. See how that works out. It's basketball. This is nuts.
I think a lot of people agree with you.
You change everything. All of a sudden, the one sporting event that we have to change everything for, it doesn't make sense. Just look at the backdrop when they're shooting. Take a look at it. There's 50 yards behind them.
It'd be hard, but they made shots.
They also missed a bunch of shots. There was air balls. There was everything. But my point is, why should one of your conversations be get out there and shoot? It's going to be totally different to play in the Final Four.
I've thought that for a long time. It's weird. It's weird.
Oh, the NBA Finals, they always switch that, don't they? No, they don't. They play in the same arena.
Yeah.
Same. How about World Series? They switching that? No, not doing that. One sport decides to change the entire venue because, we want to get more people in there.
The Indianapolis
500 for the Super Bowl. Why not? Want to get
Put it in the
300,000?
infield.
Yeah, put it in the infield. It'll be awesome. No, it's not.
Imagine Nebraska ball practicing at Memorial Stadium in a football stadium. It'd be like, it would look odd. It just looks weird. You can't do that.
And then
It's
they talk
strange.
about, do we put it down in the end zone side? Now they put it in the middle. And also just notice the seats. Notice how flat they are. They go back like this because they can't go like this. It blocks other people off from the back seats. And it's just a bad deal. It just, the greatest game still ever watched was who? What's the greatest game
Michigan
ever watched?
State, Indiana State.
What's that?
Michigan State, Indiana State.
Yeah.
Bird Magic.
Yeah,
in
Bird
an
Magic.
arena.
I don't want to hear about it, Farley. Put it down. We're not talking about that. Next thing for it. So where was that played at?
In an arena.
University of Utah, about 14,000 people.
Was that Utah?
Yeah. And how about NC State when they beat Phi Slamma Jamma?
Arena.
What's that? Yeah, is in the pit.
When
New
did they
Mexico.
change? When
Really? It's in the pit.
Yep, that's true.
Yeah, it's in the pit.
They had the
Albuquerque.
Yep, they had the finals
in New Mexico. Yeah.
That's true. They used to play them in an arena.
How long ago was that?
That was 83.
80s, yeah.
But they switched
Good for
over
New Mexico.
somewhere maybe. I remember I think the Fad 5
90s?
played up in the what was it called up in Minneapolis? I think they played up in Minneapolis.
Some kind of dome.
Yeah, it was the Metro Dome.
The Metro Dome.
Metro Dome. I think anyway, and then everybody kind of thought, it's kind of cool. No, it's not. Also, I hate the raised court. It's awkward. Everybody, the coach is awkward when the players depart. It's really weird.
down.
Why do I know Vanderbilt's like that. There's a few that are like that, but no, the other 99.9%, you don't have any of that. So let's do this. The two biggest games of the year and the final. Let's change everything. Let's just make sure that it's in a seat that place that holds 70,000
Put
people.
them in Madison Square Garden.
Yeah. Think about that.
Put them in Madison
Could
Square
you imagine going to Madison Square Garden?
That'd be great.
And if you're a player, where would you rather play?
Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, you want to play in a tight, loud arena.
Put them in Madison Square Garden.
Instead of we got to get Tommy and Chucky up there with all the Cub Scouts up there in section CCC.
And don't put it. You don't have to put it in Vegas either. Just put it somewhere other than Vegas.
Yeah.
Not everything has to be in Vegas.
And just have 4 venues across the country. Hey, we're going East Coast, we're going West Coast, we're going
Moving
Dallas.
around.
We move around, but you have a couple spots.
Find some cool spots.
How much complaining is there right now out of the college baseball coaches? This is stupid.
0.
Why is the World Series in Omaha?
I don't think
This
they
is,
like it.
They
this
look
is
forward to
trash. No,
You don't hear any. I don't think you ever hear any
ever.
complaint.
Everyone's like, no, this is awesome. Also, have to move it around.
Moving around.
But you've changed the game. You've changed the part of the game on how things are played and what it is. It's just
The women's game was in Cleveland.
Yeah, in a normal arena.
In a normal arena.
Normal arena.
It looked good too.
Yeah, looked great, didn't it? Yeah, it looked great.
Good.
That's where the Cavs play.
That's right.
Anyway,
Quick and Loan Center.
my basketball.
I love it.
From the text line, Sanderson says, all I can say is 100 to that.
Thank you, Sanderson.
Someone else says, I was at the Final Four this weekend, and I agree with you. It's ridiculous.
Wait a second.
Somebody was in Phoenix at the Final Four, and they said, this is stupid. The setup's dumb. It's a football stadium. It's built so there's only a couple good seats out of all these thousands of seats.
I wonder how many
60
good seats there are.
I mean, literally, I'm telling you, they only probably have like 10 to 12,000 good seats.
I was going to say less.
Maybe less than, but maybe you're probably right in the 8s. And then the rest of it, yeah, I was there. How was it? Awful.
Couldn't see anything.
Awful. Couldn't see anything. No, it's terrible.
Better have good pretzels.
Yeah.
What else you hearing on the text line there, Sparks?
Someone else says another 100 on that one. 100, Bill. 100.
Basketball.
Basketball. Good today. That was good.
Things that bother me.
I wish you do things that bother you every single
There's
day.
a lot. My list goes long.
But it's good. That's a good one. That's a good one. I like that one.
Basketball today. Wonderful stuff.
The only thing I'd say on its behalf is that I like the sound. It's a very loud crowd. It's very loud.
I don't think it
didn't seem overly loud to me.
I don't think that's accurate.
No, it's loud.
It wouldn't be as loud as it would be inside a 20,000 seat. Yeah, the Garden. Can you imagine what it'd be like to pull up to the Garden for the Natty? Can you imagine that?
That'd be awesome.
That is Bill's Thrill, sponsored by Dirk, Scott, and Ty at Mid Plains Advisors. Top of the hour next, Matt Lubik on the show. An early break on the ticket.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Plains Cover Crop is your one-stop seed shop. Call us now for spring and summer forages, CRP mixes, and fall cover crop blends. We do farm-specific consulting for practical and efficient seed blends to fit your geography and goals. With a very diverse inventory, we will tailor a blend just for you. We're also looking for contract growers, and we buy and sell rye. Find us online at plainscovercrop.com. Timeless agronomy practices paired with modern technology. East Highway 20 in Orchard and across Nebraska.
This is Lancaster County Attorney Pat Condon reminding you to vote for my friend and colleague, Carolyn Bozen. Carolyn Bozen is a strong voice for Lincoln who we need representing us in the legislature. Carolyn Bozen voted for historic funding for education to support our schools and for the largest property tax relief package in Nebraska history. Carolyn Bozen is the voice we need representing us in the legislature. This is Lancaster County Attorney Pat Condon. Join me in supporting Carolyn Bozen for legislature on May 14th.
Paid for by Bozen for legislature.
Are you tired of living in pain? It's time to take control. At Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, we're your one-stop shop for expert care in Lincoln. From broken bones to complex reconstruction, our skilled team will help you get back on track. Visit prairieortho.com today and discover why we're the trusted choice for thousands of patients. Don't let pain hold you back. Take the first step towards a better pain-free life with Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, where healing begins. Call 402-489-4700.
Hi, it's Joel Norman, the voice of your Lincoln Stars hockey team. Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket every Tuesday night from 8 to 9 p.m. to hear the latest on the Stars with myself, head coach Rocky Russo, and special player guests.
Are you looking to get into the electrical construction industry or wanting a new scene? The electrical workers of local union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Buckle up and hang on. This is going to be a good one.
The fans of Kansas Speedway know how to have a good time. One that celebrates fantastic finishes and family-friendly facilities. Trading paint.
We got feuding
and tailgating tradition. Burnouts, beer, and barbecue. Oh, it'll for sure be a good time, and you are all invited. NASCAR weekend at Kansas Speedway, May 4th and 5th. Get your tickets now at kansasspeedway.com.
93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, expecting mainly sunny skies, and it will be a little breezy but mild with a high around 67. Tonight, mainly clear with a light breeze and a low around 36. And tomorrow, we'll see a lot of sunshine and calm winds, an afternoon high around 69. I'm meteorologist Kyle Clucker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Not many businesses can say they've made it 60 years, but Madsen's Bowling and Billiards can. With 12 bowling lanes and the biggest pool room in Nebraska, where else would you go to enjoy an afternoon or evening? There's a great daily specials like $2 Tuesdays, games of bowling, shoe rentals, draft beers, and tacos, all just $2 each. Have a delicious burger at EJ's Lounge before or after your bowling or pool session, and you'll leave satisfied. Madsen's Bowling and Billiards at 47th and Dudley.
For over 15 years, Integrated Life Choices has empowered individuals with disabilities in Lincoln and throughout Nebraska. They provide comprehensive services from group homes and independent living services to job training, ensuring fulfilling lives for those that they serve. Now, they're inviting you to join their mission. If you're passionate about making a difference in the lives of people with developmental disabilities, explore rewarding career opportunities with them. Learn more about their services and apply today at www.ilc.net. Be a part of Integrated Life Choices, where your work truly changes lives.
Wake up, Lincoln.
I overslept. Damn rooster didn't crow.
It's time for Early Break. Sponsored by Midwest Bank. Live from Lincoln, America. Here's 93.7 The Ticket's Jake Sorensen.
I'm wrong, but I'm not.
Husker Online, Steve Sipple.
If I were a feral cat.
And longtime college football assistant coach, Bill Busch.
You get one team. Mine's the Houston Oilers.
So-
I'm not the Texans, and I'm not the Titans, so
Bill,
I'm out.
This is Early Break.
Welcome back to Hour 2 on a Monday. Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, Bill Busch on Early Break. Hour 2 sponsored by our friends at Midwest Bank. Member FDIC. Location in South Lincoln at 27th and Jamie Lane. Now also at 70th and Pioneers, their second Lincoln location. And what does Steve Schindler have for us today, Bill?
Shin Daddy likes apple pies, and he has planted 12 apple trees on his personal property. So today he's got over 400 apple trees from the state, and he will be going around Creighton if you just alert him, and he will plant 2 apple trees in your yard. So he is planting apple trees all around Creighton. He wants it to be the apple capital of Nebraska. The apple capital.
Is he digging himself?
He's digging himself. He's putting them in. They're about 2 feet tall. They're not quite fruit bearing for a while. He's going to go around today. He's got a van full of apple trees, and he will travel around Creighton, and he will plant apple trees.
If you want them.
If you want them, yes. So just alert him. So he's from the state. He got over 400. 400. They're in a van. He's driving around. Him and Pork Chop are putting the.
They will dig themselves.
They'll dig the holes themselves. Put them in. You just got to show. Hey, I like mine in my front yard, backyard, wherever you want them at. Steve will plant them. So it's the apple capital.
Service.
Apple capital.
Yeah, service.
That's
Yes.
a service.
All right.
He's a servant leader.
Yes, he is.
He is that.
And he'll still do banking. Just text him. He'll whip down to the bank and knock that out. You messed with our stuff again, Jake.
I did?
Yeah, you
Can
did.
you hear?
Again.
There's some reverberation.
How about now?
I'm
Is
just
that better?
learning to live with it.
Yeah, we'll live
It's
with
worse
it.
now.
It's worse now, actually.
Really?
That's okay. It's not on you.
I can't. That's not my fault.
Now he's better.
We
A little better.
Is that better?
Okay, go ahead, Jake.
Well, thank you to Midwest Bank for always sponsoring Hour 2 on the show. We have a special guest right now to start off Hour 2, and that is someone that's been at Nebraska before, now is the new offensive coordinator at Nevada, and that is Matt Lubik. Matt, good morning. Thanks for joining us. First of all, what has this process been like, and congratulations on the new gig at Nevada.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Good morning.
Good morning.
Grateful to be here.
I could imagine.
Yeah, no, it's this last year has had its share of ups and downs, but I'm really grateful how things are turning out. And I just recently took the job at Nevada, where it's an opportunity to work with a bunch of friends that that I've developed throughout the coaching career, which I'm excited about, and really to kind of have a new lease on life, through this whole process that just trying to go one day at a time.
Matt, so obviously you and me have talked numerous times, but you're going through a time in your life, you're working out like crazy, and all of a sudden you just don't feel good, and you go to the doctor. Tell us what that was like.
Yeah, I mean, obviously no one expects to be diagnosed with a life-threatening disease, and I was training for a marathon, and I just didn't want to screw with my training. That's the whole reason I went into the doctor. And I think if I was coaching, I don't think I would have went to the doctor because I really wasn't that bad. But I went in just because I was feeling a little run down and had some things. And the original test they did on me, it was actually kind of a misdiagnosis where they said, well, this is probably a virus because nothing showed as cancer. That was the first thing they checked, and they did some preliminary cancer tests, and nothing showed. So that was back in August. I did fall camp with Kansas, and then but what they said, I had a really low whites count and red count, and they said, well, it's probably a virus, and that'll eventually come back, so we'll let you go home. So I went home, and I was still able to do my Kansas job where I helped them out with football contributions just through Zooms. And then, it was about 2 months. I felt great. I was running, I was doing things, but my blood wasn't getting back to normal. And so I went in for more of a diagnostic test. It's called a bone marrow biopsy, where they actually drill into your bone, and that's where they found the leukemia. And then everything kind of changed from that day.
Matt, you talked about with me that you had that the early diagnosis was really grim, and then that there was a couple doctors or a doctor that gave you somewhat of hope. Tell us about the hope.
Sure. Yeah. So my leukemia is called acute myeloid leukemia, and there's different degrees in that. What I've learned, I'm definitely not a cancer expert, but I've learned a lot more about cancer. So it's a blood cancer, and like a lot of organ cancers, there's different stages: stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, stage 4. And my cancer, because it was acute and aggressive, and it had some abnormalities, was considered. They go like favorable, intermediate, and then adverse. Mine was in the adverse, and that kind of rocked me when I first found that out. And I had some really good advice from a doctor is you can't read the statistics because everyone's different. And like, for example, my disease was based on, the average age is 70 years old. A lot of people that have got cancer the second time or have comorbidities, and that wasn't me. And so, when I heard that was actually comforting because I'm not going to be a statistic. That's not me. And, and what I've learned, doctors are a lot like coaches. They have an expertise. They have to know, what to prescribe. They have to know the ins and outs, and they have tons of training. But the special ones can give you hope and can really help you believe in yourself and give you confidence. And so, when I was at Anschutz, the head of a trial I was part of to help cure this said, Matt, you're going to do well. And that's really all I had to hear. And when I knew that he believed in me, that changed my whole perspective. And it wasn't just him too. I was very fortunate to talk to other people that have been through this on the other end and done really well, that all gave me hope and lifted my spirits. And I'm a big believer. I mean, there's science and proof that your mental well-being and believe in yourself enhances your immune system and your recovery. And I was very fortunate to have people that believed in me and gave me hope and really built up my confidence going through this whole process.
This is an amazing story.
Yeah.
This is an amazing story. Matt Lubik joins us, former Nebraska offensive coordinator, current Nevada offensive coordinator. Matt, when you got the diagnosis, did you immediately go into fighting posture, or did it knock you back a few days?
Well, the interesting thing, so because my blood wasn't getting better, I kind of knew something was wrong. And so, as a coach, you're always trying to prepare yourself for what can happen. When I was at Nebraska, you're always worried about, okay, what if we get 3rd and long? What if we need one more 2-point play? You're always trying to prepare for the worst outcome. I think that's just kind of a makeup. I think that helped me with this whole situation. So I was actually, before I was even officially diagnosed, I was calling people that I knew that had leukemia and battled through it. So when I got the first call, I was disappointed, but I actually felt like, hey, I got this. And I had people that have been through it that gave me confidence. But what rattled me is, I had a game plan, and then how I was going to get through it based on other success. I go to the hospital and I figure out, hey, no, this is a little more difficult type of leukemia. And then that rattled me. But then I, just again, kind of I was just talking about earlier, I had people say, hey, just there's more than just these statistics. There's more than that. And then really kind of diving in and figuring out, okay, I just have to change my game plan. I got thrown a curveball, and now I have, because the type of leukemia I had, you have to have a stem cell transplant, which is a whole nother thing, and increases the recovery length, and is kind of a traumatic thing to go through because I had an abnormal chromosome. So it was basically, I had a game plan, I got thrown a curveball, had to change it. And, and that's what you do as a coach too. And I think that helped me, is like, things don't always go as planned. You got to adjust. It's not always easy, but once I, got my mindset and I got adjusted to it, and it really came down just focusing on the positive, because, you hear a lot of negative and you see statistics, but you also hear good things too, and just really be aware of the negative, because that's, you don't want to be blind, but you also really want to focus on the positive. And I know, when I was in the hospital, 2 exercises really helped me. Every day I woke up and, said what I was grateful for, and just shifted my mindset. And I also wrote, anytime someone told me something positive, I wrote that down and re-looked at that every single day. And that really helped my mindset, especially when some of those hard times came with a transplant in the hospital. I was in there for 40 days. It helped me deal with all that.
Matt, Coach Busch again. Question, not a question, but just, we had talked about this, and obviously you've had high success at Oregon, Washington. We have a connection with Ole Miss because we both coached for Ed Ogeron, and you've had so many great things happen. And then obviously I feel unjustly let go here, as your team was averaging, was 16th in the country in yards per play. But then it was a bitter time. How has this disease and this fight changed your outlook on everything with coaching and just in life in general?
Yeah, I mean, that's, no one wants cancer, but there are some really good things that came out of this, and things I'm grateful for. And, one of them is perspective. And I think, in coaching, there's a lot of ups and downs, and I'm very grateful for my time at Nebraska, and I enjoyed it. But yeah, we didn't win enough games, and at the end of the day, you get fired, and that there's a whole bunch of emotions. You put so much into it, and things don't go out well. It's hard to just sometimes move on. And so all of a sudden you get life-threatening disease. Everything changes, and things that used to bug you, whether it was something that happened in your past, or forgiveness, or something that I did, those don't matter anymore. I mean, you really get think about living in the day and appreciating the day, and and then just, you don't take life for granted. And the things that became really important to me was faith, family, and relationships, and stuff I used to worry about and stressed about. And, whether it was, hey, how many kids we got to sign, or hey, how many first downs we're going to get at winning the football game. I mean, cause at the end of the day, and when you are, we're all going to die someday. And at the end of your life, no one's going to say, hey, hey, you guys had a chance to beat Michigan and you fumbled the snap, and no one's going to remember that. And then so it's like, we as coaches, we want to do so well, and you get caught up in performance, and it's good to want to do your best and strive to be your best, and it's a very competitive profession. But at the end of the day, when it's a life or death situation, that stuff doesn't really matter. What matters is you gave your best, and you basically, you try to do the best you can, and move on, and really fulfill, what we're here on life for. And I'm a big believer what we're here on life for is to, help other people, believe in God, and, just be the best person you can possibly be. And so the cancer diagnosis and going through this process has really reshaped my values, and it's made me a better person. So I'm grateful for that.
Matt Lubik joins us. Matt, you're in a grinding profession there's a lot of hours. How much of a challenge is that for you right now, and how are you working through that part of it?
Sure. Well, this decision to take the Nevada coaching job was only because of the head coach was very sensitive to my situation. He's a friend and is working with me through this. And he understands that, part of my recovery, which is still, I'm still working remotely because I need to build up my immune system. Part of my recovery, is going to have to be patient and making sure I get enough rest and, and doing things when I can do things. And so I'm very grateful for that. I mean, to me, it's unheard of, for a head coach to be that patient and that understanding of my health. So like right now, for example, I'm helping when I can help. When we started spring ball, I think it was 3 weeks ago, a big part of the offense was already in, and I wasn't able to really be involved because I was in the hospital. But now that I'm out of the hospital, I'm going through spring ball with those guys remotely and, trying to contribute and trying to help just improve the system. But yeah, I for someone, it really takes a true friend to be patient through this process. And he's aware of that there could be curveballs and things could happen. And I'm very optimistic and I'm ahead of schedule. My doctors think I'm doing great, that I will be there in the fall, but things happen and you got to be able to adjust. You got to be prepared for whatever can happen. So again, if it was, I don't think there's any other program in the country that would, let me do this with the type of situation that I've been through. So I'm grateful for that.
So Matt Lubik, Bill mentioned this earlier, but I was reading the article by Bruce Feldman from The Athletic about your situation here, Matt. And in fact, you're a long distance runner, but the first day of chemotherapy, you walked a full marathon. Walk us through that and how that, that's an incredible story in itself, Matt.
Over 50,000 steps.
Ooh. Yeah. So one thing I've been competitive to a fault. And, I was a thing, like when I went into the hospital, I was going to I'm going to be, the healthiest patient they have in the hospital, healthiest sick patient they have in the hospital. I'm going to be the first guy to get out. I asked all the nurses, I go, hey, what's the shortest hospital stay? And I was going to be that guy. Someone told me to rinse. There's this thing you got to do to prevent mouth sores. So I rinse out your mouth 3 times. I'd rinse it out 10 times. So I kind of go to the extremes. And then, one thing I love to do is just movement. And I can't stand laying in hospital beds and just sitting there and doing nothing. And when you move, you feel alive. And so the first day, and part of it was, I was nervous and anxious. I was just walking around and I asked a nurse sometime, I go, what's the record for walking? Because actually nurses want you to walk and they want you to move. And they go, well, someone, I was 10 years ago, walked a marathon. And so then I put that in my head. I'm like, okay, I can do that. And it took me 11 hours because, I had
you were hooked up to an IV, right?
I was hooked up to an IV. I had to sit down. The nurses made me take breaks. I had to eat. I had to get a nurse to actually recharge my battery, which they normally don't do and get in trouble for. But she was my friend and looked out for me, so she knew that was an important goal to accomplish. And it was really gratifying. And it was hard, especially the last couple hours in the dark, just walking by myself. But it was also very a spiritual, satisfying moment too. I had a lot of reflection time. And it was that same day where actually when the doctors told me that, hey, man, you're doing great. And I felt good. And I knew there were times I wouldn't feel good where I couldn't walk. So it was a combination of things. And, I was just grateful that because some nurses didn't want me to do it, and so I was grateful for, they got overruled and I was able to do that, because it was very, very satisfying.
Matt,
go ahead.
Quick question. As you sound great, obviously, and just let the people know, if I'm correct here, like you talked about, you're still taking 40 pills a day, and talk to them about your blood right now, and then having to get all your immunizations again, and why that is.
Yeah. So I in the stem cell transplant I had, you have to have a match. You have to have donor stem cells or donor blood, and so and that's not always a gimme. So when most people that have a blood can for leukemia, there's a 30% chance that your family might match. And if your family doesn't match, you have to look beyond your family to get a match from Be the Match, which is the national donor database. And that's, throughout the whole world. And so the very first thing that happened was when they were explaining all this stuff to me and it was going over my head, I was like, what if I don't get a match? And I was fortunate enough to get a match, actually through an umbilical cord. So someone donated their baby's umbilical cord blood. And so I had that in a combination with my sister was a half match. I had my sister donate her stem cells, and I got the stem cells from the umbilical cord, and they became my new blood system. So I have a whole new, saved my life, but I have a whole new blood system. So, my blood type changed. I've noticed my taste buds have changed. I've got to get all the new baby vaccinations if he has a baby, because everything I had doesn't count anymore. And the reason they do that is, they want to take before they insert the new blood or stem cells in you, they want to take all the bad stuff out, which includes even your good cells. So part of the stem cell process is they basically, with intense chemo and radiation, they kill every cell in you and get your blood counts as low as they can possibly be, including the leukemia, and then put the new cells in you. And then hopefully the new cells, graft with your body and start to grow, which mine have, and become your new blood system. And so, and I'm, beyond grateful that my stem cell, and stem cells is another word for bone marrow transplant. They're the same thing.
Okay.
It has gone very well, but there's a recovery process involved because your immune system takes a while to get back to normal, where you can be around other people. So I'm still going through that. I'm taking pills because I'm at risk for a lot of infections, and I have to isolate. But I'm getting my energy back. I'm getting my strength back. It just takes time, but I feel, 100 times better than I did when I was in the hospital, and I can feel getting stronger, just mentally and physically every day.
Matt Lubik joins us. An amazing story. Former Nebraska assistant Matt Lubik. How important is it, Matt, for you to hear from? You've been in a team environment, so I imagine you hear from a lot of coaches and players.
Yeah, it meant the world. It's when you get people that believe in you and give you a pat on the back, and it inspires you, it motivates you, it's when you get some bad news, or things aren't going the way you want to, it's easy to kind of drift in that dark space and think about all the bad things that can happen. But when you hear from your friends and coaches, and the thing about coaching, I've had to go to a lot. It's a transient profession where I've had to go to a lot of different schools, and when this thing came out and people heard about it, I heard from a lot of guys that I felt bad that I've lost touch with, because you go to, it's like a military. You go to so many different places, and you kind of get new set of friends here and a new set of friends here, that it's hard to stay in touch with people. And so this has also been a unique opportunity to get connected with coaches that I felt bad I lost touch with. And so, yeah, it meant the world to me having coaches reach out that inspired me and believed in me, and that was a big part of giving me a positive mindset going through this whole thing.
Matt, we talked about something that was so important that you mentioned that saved your life, and Jake has the information here about the match, about how important it is to match, and then you let us know how to do that also. And so Jake's going to build a comment on that. Could you comment on how important that match is?
I appreciate it. It saved my life, and I didn't know anything about this whole process until I went through it. But it's a relatively easy hassle, and it's pain-free for the donor to go through. I watched my sister go through it firsthand. So basically, what it entails is when you decide to be a match, you want to be part of the registry, you have to get your blood tested. And getting your blood test is just a swab to see your genetic makeup, and you swab your mouth. So, and then you send it into the database, and then they basically see if you're a match with someone else that might need transplant. And so when that happens, let's say you're lucky enough to get selected to save someone's life and you're a match, they'll send you some pills that will increase the production of your stem cells, and then you go in and give blood. but it's pain free. It's really like a blood, giving blood and a blood transfusion. I know when I received the new cells one day, there was no pain whatsoever. There's nothing invasive. I was able to get up and walk a couple miles that day. And then for my sister, again, it was a completely pain-free process. And so I think, it's interesting. I had never been really educated on it and how important it is. The perfect donors are 20 to 40 years old. And, there's a big movement right now where athletes, college football players and every sport, you name it, are donating their stem cells. And we've had great turnouts. I know I had the opportunity to talk to the Kansas football team about doing it, and I think we had pretty much 100% participation. And it's just, it's heartwarming knowing that, that maybe, hey, because of something I went through, you might be able to educate somebody else on how they can save a life, and there's nothing more noble than you can do, and it's really easy. And another thing, like in Europe, for example, where a lot of the matches come from, it's kind of expected. It's a code of ethics. Everyone wants to help out their brother. So really everybody in Europe is a donor. I think they've done a great job of education there, and in the States, I think it's just a matter of education. But I think the more people that get educated on how easy it is to actually save someone's life, I think the better outcomes we're going to have.
For those curious, again, you can text "Saved My Life," all one word, "Saved My Life" to 61474, or go to bethematch.org, or call 1-800-MARROW-2. That's 1-800-627-7692.
And we can post that, right?
Oh, yeah, we will post that.
So, Matt, we'll post that. The Breakers will take this over. We will. I talked to you about the Breakers, how strong they are. Now, this is a weird question, Matt. Do you do any social media? Because the Breakers and the people listening to this in Nebraska would like to contact you. I'm not going to put your personal cell phone number out on although Steve Sipple has done that by mistake. Is there a way that if people would like to reach out to you, that they can do that without with also not interfering with your day? But there's a lot of people that would love to reach out to you at this time. Is there a way they can do that through Twitter or any sort of social media platform?
Yeah, well, that's a great thing. So I'm kind of in the archive still with the social media, and that's something that's not good. I got to catch up on that. But I'm just starting to redo my Twitter. I still got my Nebraska Twitter, which is kind of embarrassing. And so
I kind of like it. I like that. Respect that.
So I got you, and especially for something like this, because that would be that'd be a gift to me if people respond to this and are excited about this. That would be definitely something special. That would touch my heart. So let me figure that out. Okay. Maybe you guys can announce it, because I got to figure that.
That's fine.
That's fine. We'll post
100.
100 like that.
Yeah.
We'll help you out with that.
Incredible story. Obviously, with what you've been through, your storied career, and then how you fought back. What a great situation you have in Nevada. And I can speak for the Nebraskans that Nebraskans will all also be pulling very hard for Nevada and for you, Matt.
Absolutely.
All right.
I'm very grateful for that. One of the best things experience I had in Nebraska was just firsthand seeing the Nebraska faithful and the fan support, which is second to none, and how people love their team and love everything about it. And so, this is a cool opportunity for me to be able to reach out and thank them as well.
He is Matt Lubik, the new OC at Nevada, formerly at Nebraska. And Matt, we will follow you this year. We root for you. Thanks for your time. And again, we'll talk to you hopefully down the road here pretty soon.
Awesome. Look forward to it.
Thanks, Coach. Good stuff. That's Matt Lubik. What a story there.
Sounds like Dr. Matt Lubik.
Yeah.
He has mastered that situation.
When I was talking to him, when he started talking through all of the things that he researched on his own,
right?
What his plan was, and instantly, no palms up, no woe is me. How could this happen to me? He's like, how can I beat this?
Dr. Matt Lubik.
And it still shocks me when he still takes. You have to remember something. He's also completely isolated still.
Is he?
Yeah, he's completely isolated for his immune system. So his parents took this over. Sonny, who was a veteran coach, obviously head coach at Colorado State forever.
Great coach.
But they helped him obviously immensely through this. But he's isolated. He's isolated. Yeah.
One last time, if you want to donate, Saved My Life to 61474. You can text that 61474, the word Saved My Life, all one word. Or go to bethematch.org. Again, call 1-800-MARROW-2. That's 1-800-627-7692.
He's a fighter. I mean, that's the thing. It helps to be a fighter. And that's what I think he jumped into it pretty fast, it sounds like. Fighting mode.
I mean, and they said he got the worst diagnosis.
Yeah.
Yep.
He wasn't like, well, they were pretty
story.
good. Like he told me, he said this, a couple doctors gave him hope. Just like a player when all of a sudden you throw him a rope. All of a sudden you throw him a rope instead of a shovel. And all of a sudden it's amazing what you can do. And they had great doctors and all the things, but the attitude is definitely helping with what he's doing.
He's got a great attitude, it seems like. He does.
Not bitter. He told me, he goes, my whole life's changed. I don't get upset about things that pass.
It's a dude, right?
Whatever.
That's a dude.
It's a
right
dude.
there.
Yeah.
He's a dude.
Yeah. God bless him. God bless him.
Back with more next. Early break in the ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hi, this is State Senator Carolyn Bozin. As a state senator, wife, and mom, I believe Lincoln is a great place to work and raise a family. My husband Reggie and I are local family business owners and actively involved in our community. Last year, I voted for the largest property tax relief package in Nebraska history. Property tax relief is important to every family, and I will continue to deliver more property tax relief to working families. This is Carolyn Bozin, and I am asking for your vote on May 14th. Paid for by Bozin for Legislature.
Not many businesses can say they've made it 60 years, but Madsen's Bowling and Billiards can. With 12 bowling lanes and the biggest pool room in Nebraska, where else would you go to enjoy an afternoon or evening? There's a great daily specials like $2 Tuesdays, games of bowling, shoe rentals, draft beers, and tacos, all just $2 each. Have a delicious burger at EJ's Lounge before or after your bowling or pool session, and you'll leave satisfied. Madsen's Bowling and Billiards at 47th and Dudley. Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Grandma and Grandpa, Mom and Dad, then the kids, and now the grandkids. Judson Irrigation has provided lawn sprinkler system design, installation, repair, and service to 4 generations. They're just like members of the family. Loyalty, trust, service. It's what you deserve and expect from Judson Irrigation.
Keep summer green. Call Judson Irrigation 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
Buckle up and hang on. This is going to be a good one.
The fans of Kansas Speedway know how to have a good time. One that celebrates fantastic finishes and family-friendly facilities. Trading paint.
We got feuding
and tailgating tradition. Burnouts, beer, and barbecue. Oh, it'll for sure be a good time, and you are all invited. NASCAR weekend at Kansas Speedway, May 4th and 5th. Get your tickets now at kansasspeedway.com.
This is Coach Bill Busch. You all know my passion for Nebraska. Having coached all over the country, I can honestly say there is no place like Nebraska. You know where there's also no place like? Midwest Bank. Midwest Bank has proudly served Nebraska for over 70 years, and they're located in 9 different communities. Midwest Bank is ready, willing, and able to meet all your personal, business, and agriculture needs. Your community, your bank, and mine, Midwest Bank. Find out more at Midwest Bank. Member FDIC.
Ironhide Construction is hiring. They're looking for hardworking, self-motivated individuals who are team players. Ironhide Construction has openings for an experienced project manager, estimator, apprentice, skilled laborer, and erector or installer. They will train the right people and make sure you understand the position and requirements. At Ironhide Construction, it's own it, be honest, and do it right. Apply today and learn more about their other benefits at ironhideconstruction.com. where they're committed to you every step of the way.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Here you go. Coffee's on me and my new BFF. I thought I was your best friend forever. BFF like best financial friend at Members Own Credit Union. Right now, they're offering $100 when you consolidate or transfer a loan or an existing credit card balance and meet requirements. Plus, you get great rates and free advice from a financial partner that will put you first. That sounds like a match made in heaven. Members Own Credit Union is the type of bestie you can count on. Get started today at memberzonecu.org/BFF. Limitations may apply. Equal housing opportunity.
Anybody who knows me knows I was cocky out of the womb.
Is Early Break with Zip and Jake, brought to you by Gaina Trucking. Weekday mornings from 6 to 8 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
First Rate Ag in Holdridge is a full-service ag retailer offering everything from crop protection to lawn fertilizer. They've been around for 25 years. Reach out at firstrateag.com or call 308-995-8327. Ask for Parker or Chris and mention The Ticket.
It's just so much fun to follow those guys because they keep in touch, don't they?
They do.
Jake, they keep in touch with what's going on in their world, everything that's happening in the world of chemicals and fertilizer. Chemicals, fertilizer. They're putting stuff down. They're on the move all the time. So it's just, they said, just a great group to get a chance. Get to know them. Vacation out there.
And where's we going?
Holdridge. Yeah, go to Holdridge.
You know what helped me out, too? Because Parker, the other day, you guys gave me a bad score for my song, and he gave me like an 8. He said that was actually a good song.
What song was it?
I think that was the Police song on Friday.
Oh, it was a horrible song.
Message in the Bottle. He said good song. So thank you to Parker for your positivity. Thank you, Parker.
That's what you want. I tell you what, you want to see a spirit animal? That's Parker.
Parker.
Yeah,
Parker?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. When he comes through the door. It's a big deal. It's a big deal.
Have I met him?
Yeah.
You have not. I don't think he's met him before.
No, I don't think you have.
No, I don't think you
You'll know. It's incredible. It's
like my clip.
It's like meeting a combination of Shin Daddy and Dennis LeBlanc at the same time.
What's happening over here?
What's going on over
His
here,
hip
Steve?
is squirming around.
Trying to refocus here,
like
Steve.
he's a 3-year-old.
Steve?
Yeah, I have ADD.
What did you lose
and
here?
I lost my clip.
What clip?
I clipped my papers together.
Oh, I think we can find that during the break.
Okay, so that was First Rate Ag.
First Rate Ag.
First rate, not second, not third. It's the best ag company in the tri-state area.
Holdridge.
Holdridge. Just west of Holdridge.
Just west.
Yes, I could drive to it right now. No GPS. I could get to the farm. And remember, they were delivering brisket to people that were stuck 2 weeks ago in a blizzard.
Via
snowmobile. And then they're
not snowblower. Snowmobile.
It's hard to ride a snowblower. Yes, it is.
Yeah, I want to see that one.
They're also putting fertilizer down at the same time.
Yep, they're impressive.
You want to see that one?
Yeah, thanks again, by the way, to Matt Lubik joining the show last segment. That was wonderful.
God.
If you missed any of that, please watch the replay of the show or just check out the podcast page. It was well worth your time to listen to that story.
Puts you in perspective. You think you're having a bad day, doesn't it?
It does.
All of a sudden, oh man, my day stinks. Oh really? Really? No,
100. I'm serious about that.
It's a game changing. It is.
Gratitude.
Yes.
Gratitude. And he said that every day he wakes up, the first thing is, what am I grateful for?
Or he writes it down. Writes down
good
what he's
idea.
grateful for, and then writes down who said something positive.
You don't have to get cool. You don't have to get cancer to do that.
Yeah, you don't exactly
do that. I'm grateful for you guys. I'm grateful for Bullet.
Just real quick on Bullet. I'm talking to Sip on the phone. He goes, hey, listen to this. Hey, Bullet, want to go for a walk? And Bullet just goes crazy.
He just erupts.
It's just mayhem. And you're probably in the kitchen standing there. Hey, Bullet, want to go for a walk?
Yeah.
And just mayhem breaks out.
You know how it is. The first few words you say, you don't even have to say walk. You say, hey, Bullet, do you want to go for a?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
And I'm the same way. So
it's a great
Sugar doesn't respond to the verbiage when you get the leash out and she goes crazy.
Mayhem.
It's mayhem. It's complete mayhem.
I've heard the mayhem. I've heard the mayhem.
I on the phone. Jake's like, "What's going on there?" Well, I go, I've already let Sugar know we're going for a walk. We got
I can tell.
Crazy. The leash is out. I mean,
it gets crazy.
It gets crazy.
Yeah.
It is. Imagine getting that excited. If somebody just said, "Hey, we're going to take you outside, Sip," and just went crazy every time.
You start Bullets just starts running around.
Yeah,
he doesn't even know what to do.
Doesn't know what to do. Where do I go? Tails wagging.
Happiness.
Right.
Oh, exactly.
Speaking of crazy, let's do a higher.
Oh,
college
God.
football is crazy.
There's a good story that talked.
Colorado has hired Warren Sapp to be the, quote, senior quality control analyst is what his role is going to be at Colorado. He has no previous coaching experience.
Warren Sapp.
He is a Hall of Famer in the NFL, so he's got obviously a pedigree of success as a football player.
Yeah.
But he is going to be, he's going to be the senior quality control analyst for Deion Sanders' prime at Colorado.
And my sources tell me that Antonio Brown wasn't available. He wanted to hire him.
So tell us about the article that was written by
Mike Farrell.
Farrell.
Had some, there is
Who's Mike Farrell?
Mike Farrell is the godfather of recruiting, right?
He's known as that's what he's known as.
That's just what he's known as.
It's quite a title.
Quite a title.
It's kind of a big thing to be called that, right? It's pretty significant.
Can I be the godfather of bugaboos?
Yes, you are. You are the godfather.
This would be a godfather of something.
Mike Farrell had some thoughts, in case you didn't know.
Yeah, what did Farrell
thoughts on all this? This is a snippet of the article. It says, Warren Sapp comes to town with a legal history that includes arrest for domestic violence, solicitation of prostitution, and assault. Sapp is also no longer working for the NFL Network, in part because he was suspended and then fired after some gruesome allegations came to light. Shortly thereafter, allegations of sexual harassment in the workplace at the NFL Network came to light, and they were centered around Sapp and a female who filed the complaint.
That's a lot.
It's a lot.
Seems like a lot.
It's a lot.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot.
So Warren Sapp joins the Colorado program.
Yeah. Mike Farrell, for one, is not a fan of this.
Mike
Farrell, the godfather of recruiting, who's now at farrellsports.com, has his thoughts on this one. Now, I'm assuming a lot of people feel the same way as Mike Farrell, but this was a very pointed, angry article regarding Warren Sapp being hired at Colorado.
On the other hand, if Warren is looking for, like a second chance type thing, another chance in this world and Deion, I mean, if that's what Deion is thinking, I don't know.
Well, the interesting part will be if it comes to if it comes about where analysts are allowed to coach on the field. There's no longer the word analyst would go away. There would nowhere say the word analyst ever again. It would just be he's a coach. That'd be it. He's the assistant D-line coach. He's the assistant whatever coach. All those things. And so, but what happens on every staff, which I would assume that Deion is very in line with, is that just as long as there's total alignment, and with everybody, you have to have total alignment. That's what I mentioned on when staffs get bigger, things start going on. You have to have alignment because there is a big difference between being a great player and being a great coach. There's some can do both.
Oh yeah,
but it's a big difference. A lot of times the people they can't do what he could do. I mean, he was one of the most dominant D linemen to ever play. He was when he was playing from that inside spot. He was like Aaron Donald. That's how he was viewed. And so sometimes it's hard to have a skill set.
It doesn't always work.
It doesn't always work real well.
No. What's so funny?
I just thought this one more stanza from Mike Farrell's article.
Stanza.
Paragraph.
That's so grown up. So grown up.
He says
He's
this.
singing.
This is obviously an opinion. He says, I cannot think of any valid reason why a collegiate head football coach that would hire a person with Sapp's criminal credentials and no coaching record to speak of to work around college-aged children. Why do they do that? They might be tall, might be in their teens, but they are still children.
Not all of them are children. Not all of them are children.
A little older, but
yeah,
I understand.
Not all of them are.
I understand what he was saying. I would imagine, if everyone had to comment on it through all the pundits, it would probably be very similar to Farrell's.
It's eyebrow raising.
It would be a little bit of an eyebrow raising situation.
It's eyebrow raising. But again, I mean, I don't know.
Like I said, I'm
just going to go with eyebrow raising.
That's one of those things that I'm a big fan of. Like, you guys do what you guys do.
Yeah, me too.
I'm not jumping on that bandwagon of like this is horrendous. This is again. Sometimes there's numerous times there's second chances. There's other opportunities.
And here's the bottom line. Deion must have seen a lot of redeeming qualities in SAP.
Absolutely.
I mean, nobody's perfect, and I think everybody has redeeming qualities. And Sanders evidently saw that. So, Farrell, I get where the Godfather's coming from.
He had some thoughts.
Yeah.
He had some thoughts.
Yeah, pretty hardcore.
Pretty harsh thoughts.
Yeah.
More
And I see why he wrote them. I didn't like when it came out. I was just more like, okay. I didn't think a whole lot of it in that aspect, but it'll be interesting. He'll be here.
He'll be in Lincoln.
Sapp will be in Lincoln.
That's right.
Sapp will be in Lincoln in September for a pretty monumental game.
September 7th, I believe that game is.
Not sure what the
I think
date
that
is.
is. It's 7th.
Not sure.
Pretty
what
sure
the
it's
date
the
is.
7th.
Okay.
I'm pretty positive.
Second game.
Wonder if we can get those guys coming in the studio.
Get Warren Sapp in here.
Dion
too.
Get Prime to come downtown.
I'll tell you what. The one thing about Prime is I like those glasses he sells. I got on the website. They're pretty cheap and they're pretty cool.
They're cheap.
I think they're $25.
Okay.
Really?
That's surprising.
I would have guessed like 300.
That's
okay. I don't think so.
Are you sure they weren't the knockoff?
Hey,
which website?
Were you on the fake? On the fake
Hey,
website?
Josh, get on Dion's sunglasses website. I think they're pretty affordable.
It'd be smarter to have them somewhat affordable.
Did you miss the zero? Was it 250 or 25?
I don't think they're $300. No, I want to say 25, maybe 50.
We'll have to do
Josh is.
We'll get that intel after the game show.
Josh has got it. He's amazing.
Oh, what do you got, Josh?
Still got his coat on.
So his coat on.
It's still
And
freezing apparently. It's
Yeah.
April 8th. It's going to be 65 degrees out today, but Josh is dressed like it's
79. I was a little off.
$79.
Still
kind of
reasonable,
pricey.
though.
Yeah, still kind of pricey,
That's
though.
reasonable.
A
I
little
wouldn't
higher
mind
than I
that.
want to pay.
I'm going to say if Prime comes on, I'm going to have a pair on.
Yeah,
I'm getting
we'll
a pair.
all
We'll all
have
have
one.
them.
We'll have
Yeah.
Why don't we try to get Prime on? Hey, Prime might come on.
He might come on.
He likes to talk.
Yeah.
Let's get down right here.
Well, if he comes on, we're all adorning ourselves with those glasses.
Absolutely. We will.
100.
Let's play the game show. Give us a call right now at 464-568. Five a chance to win a business box of bagels to Bagels and Joe. Sip has gone 4-1 the last 2 weeks on a
Bill
heater.
too.
Sip and Bill. You both have 4-1 the last 2 weeks. Today, speaking of Warren Sapp, he is a NFL Hall of Famer. How about NFL Hall of Famer colleges?
Okay.
Where these guys go to school
I like
at?
it.
Some of the all-time greats.
You know
Come
what?
on, Bill.
I feel decent.
Yeah.
I've never said
Bill
that, have
feels-
I?
No, you haven't.
I feel decent. I do.
Bill feels okay about
Yeah.
this.
Oh, we found the clip. Nice. That had you so perplexed.
Oh, God.
It was like,
Got to
you
keep your
found it.
papers in order.
You know what that was? That was because of Margaret. If you had to tell her that you lost the clip,
You'd be in
it would have
trouble.
been.
You'd be in trouble.
You would have got the phone call.
Yeah.
Really? We're just whipping through clips now. Is that what we're doing?
Unbelievable.
I'm not wrong.
Probably, actually.
I'm not wrong.
464-5685. Shut up, Sipple. Starts right now.
We've all been there. You're listening to the radio, and then that rage starts to grow inside of you. It starts to consume you. It gets to a point where you just want to yell, "Shut up, Sipple!" No, sorry. I'm sorry. Well, here's your chance. It's time to shut up, Sipple. Call now to play. 464-5685. Shut up, Sipple. Brought to you by Bagels and Joe.
All right, 464-5685. Call the Dick Down Sip and Bill in trivia. Again, today's topic, NFL Hall of Famer colleges. Warren Sapp, of course, went to Miami. That is not one of the questions today, though. It's just the reason why we're doing the trivia today.
Okay.
I feel this is the best I've ever felt about one.
Yeah, we should be good at this.
What if that's concerning or not?
No,
Bill
we
feels
should be
about
good.
it.
Is that Craig?
We got Craig. Craig, how do you feel about NFL Hall of Famer colleges?
I feel pretty good about it.
All right.
There we go.
We're
Well,
looking at overtime.
How old are you, Craig?
38.
All right, we got the advantage then.
Yeah.
all right.
As a couple olds.
Bill is a lifeline for Sip for one question. As always, first question goes to you, Craig. What school did NFL Hall of Fame linebacker Zach Thomas go to?
I got it, Craig. So there's a little heat on you.
Oh, interesting. Trying to.
The Dolphins, 54, I think, but I can't think of his college.
Well, that's good.
That's good because that also is a big piece of the game.
We like that.
5 seconds here, Craig. 5,
4, 3, 2, anything. 1.
A&M.
A&M.
Not a bad guess.
Not a bad guess.
Not a bad guess.
Sip, are you taking this one?
Yeah, I mean, I remember him. I remember him vividly. Texas Tech. Brilliant.
Red Raiders, Texas Tech.
Littler guy, about Bill's size.
I'm doing my band workout.
I meant height. Go ahead.
All right, first question up, 1-0, Bills in play. What school did NFL Hall of Fame defensive back Ty Law go to?
Oh, Bill, I need you.
Oh, whoa.
Ty Law. Oh, God, that is a hard one. I think I may.
You got to guess anyway. I don't have it.
If you feel okay, take the guess.
Yeah. I don't have it.
Arizona.
Craig, do you want that one or not?
Hail to the victors, Michigan.
Oh, I had it.
He was a Wolverine.
I had it.
He was a Wolverine.
Did you?
If I had to guess, I was
Michigan.
I did. I thought Michigan, and then
I
go, it's too easy. That can't be right. Oh, that was idiotic.
Back to you for the lead, Craig. Last question, tied 1-1. What school did NFL Hall of Fame wide receiver Marvin Harrison go to?
Syracuse.
Brilliant.
Syracuse is correct.
All right, we got to get to overtime now.
Yeah.
I got Bill in my back
pocket.
have
Bill. You do have Bill. For the tie, what school did NFL Hall of Fame linebacker Derek Thomas go to?
I got that. My God, Jake. Just hand me one there.
That's a layup.
He's a Seminole.
No. Can I stop him?
She said it pretty confident.
Can I stop him?
He's not Florida State?
Roll Tide.
Oh, God.
What do you think here, Craig?
Hold on.
Jake, how many guesses did they get?
I said Derek Thomas, not Derek Brooks.
Derek Thomas.
Oh. I think I got to give you the horns now.
I thought you said Derek Brooks.
You guys, I said Derek Thomas very clearly.
Alabama
was correct.
I just got my wires crossed.
You see Bill's like, no.
Derek Thomas.
Derek Thomas. Congrats. We'll get you Bengals. Craig, thanks for calling and calling down the road.
I was going to blurt it, too. I was going to blurt it right away.
Yeah, I wish you would.
Craig's the champ. All right,
I
Bill.
thought it was a great Derek Brooks.
I
Derek
can't believe.
Thomas.
I mean, I knew
the late
Ty
Derek
Law.
Thomas.
I'm going to go. It's Michigan, but that sounds too easy. That can't be right. It can't be right.
We lost that today. We lost.
Let's see how Bill does
Craig
here.
got right in our grill.
Bill, here's the tiebreaker. Derek Thomas played 11 seasons with the Chiefs before his unfortunate passing. How many sacks did he have in 11 seasons?
11 seasons.
Okay.
Derek Thomas, the late, great Derek Thomas.
146.
Okay,
Ooh, I'm going to go under that.
Pretty good number, 126 and a half.
I was going to say 122.
His lowest ever in a season was 7 in 11 years.
Wow, man. That's
That
a
was
big
last
number.
year.
Think about that. That's 11 a year.
He had
plus.
20 in his second season.
That's
20.
11 plus a year.
I remember as a young coach, so the Kansas City Chiefs would take care of the Huskers in an unbelievable fashion, and they played up in the Cheese League for camp. So they played up in Wisconsin. So
Eau Claire.
Yeah. So I don't know if that where it was. Anyway, but I'm up there. I go up to watch, and I would stay in the dorms. Ron went with me. My dad went with me.
Ron.
Yeah, went up and watched. And I remember I'm standing next to
Ron Busch.
I'm standing next to Derek Brooks, like right on the sideline, because they'd let you come on the field. The Chiefs like, no, do whatever you want. I'm just standing next to him. He's sitting just on his knee, and he's talking with people. He gets up. I'm looking at him, going this is incredible. And I'm watching him practice. And it was insane. It was a blast. They took such good care of you. Had an absolute blast.
Listen, I'm going to figure out this Chiefs camp, Wisconsin. I think it was
the Cheese League. They called it.
Chiefs.
The Bears were in it.
What is this?
There was like 8 teams, I think, and they would get together and practice with each other.
Chiefs.
At that time, the Packers, I believe, were in it. The Cheese League doesn't exist anymore. God, it was talk about better times.
Better times.
Just going up.
Shucks.
Yeah.
Well, this says River Falls.
It was River Falls.
River
100.
Falls.
River Falls. They were
River Falls.
Yes. Yeah. It was great.
Well, we'll try again tomorrow.
What is this eclipse?
Yeah.
When is that? When is the eclipse? Is that this week?
It's today.
Today's the eclipse?
It's right now.
Yeah, Margaret just sent it.
Well, we'll get an update on the eclipse in the spillover next. An early break on the ticket.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Homeowners, is your yard in distress? Is your lawn being held hostage by stubborn and unruly weeds? Never fear, lawn lovers. Weedman is here. We'll rescue your lawn and restore its beautiful emerald green glory. The results of our expertly applied program are sure to impress the toughest of critics, your neighbors. Take that, Dale. Vanquish weeds and transform your lawn this year with Weedman Lawn Care. Get 50% off your first application. Go to weedman.com today. Terms and conditions apply. Go to weedman.com today.
Hi, I'm Senator Bo Ballard. I was born and raised in Lancaster County, learning the value of hard work and grit at a young age. I built my own company, creating jobs right here in our community. I know that families and businesses in our community need lower taxes, lower cost of healthcare, and a great education. That's why, as your senator, I helped pass the largest tax cut and made the most significant investment in education in Nebraska history, and worked to reduce the cost of healthcare. I'm Senator Bo Ballard, and I humbly ask for your vote on May 14th. Paid for by Ballard for Nebraska.
Go Hog Wild Pit Barbecue. It's $5.99 barbecue time. Hurry to Hog Wild for a complete barbecue meal that's only $5.99. Get a one-meat sandwich loaded with our award-winning barbecue, plus your choice of a classic side and drink for just $5.99. Upgrade your sandwich to beef brisket for just $1 more. Join us for lunch or dinner in Lincoln at 3210 Cornhusker Highway. Order online at GoHogWild.com.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
Liberty Law Group is committed to the defense of liberty for those accused and the pursuit of justice for those injured. Liberty Law Group's relentless trial attorneys specialize in criminal defense and personal injury law. We believe in treating every client with respect, compassion, and understanding. We know that navigating the legal system is stressful and overwhelming, but Liberty Law Group will carry that burden for you. When you're facing legal issues, make the right call. 877-42-LIBERTY. That's 877-42-LIBERTY.
Constructors is now hiring for all positions, with laborers starting at $23 and up based on experience. Constructors has immediate job openings for laborers, mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and drivers. Start your new career today. Constructors offers great pay, health, dental, and vision insurance, paid time off, paid holidays, and so much more. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. For a complete list of openings and to apply online, visit constructorslincoln.com.
Hi, it's Joel Norman, the voice of your Lincoln Stars hockey team. Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket every Tuesday night from 8 to 9 p.m. to hear the latest on the Stars with myself, head coach Rocky Russo, and special player guests.
This is Brad with Midwest Bank, proudly serving our Nebraska communities for over 70 years. We're a community bank, making local decisions, supporting local organizations, and helping local businesses and farms succeed. We are dedicated to serving our clients and helping them meet their financial needs with sound, innovative banking solutions. From an array of checking and deposit accounts, cash management services, to small business, real estate, and ag lending. We're here for you. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Find out more at MidwestBank.com. Member FDIC.
Whether you like fishing together or fishing to get away, for the thrill of reeling in a big one, or just going out to have a good time, on the banks of your local pond, at a bend in a river, or on one of our many lakes and reservoirs, you'll always find the perfect place to cast a line, here, beneath Nebraska skies. Start planning your next fishing adventure today at letsfishnebraska.com. Sponsored by Nebraska Game and Parks, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
The Lincoln forecast for today, expecting mainly sunny skies, and it will be a little breezy but mild with a high around 67. Tonight, mainly clear with a light breeze, and a low around 36. And tomorrow, we'll see a lot of sunshine and calm winds, and afternoon high around 69. Our meteorologist Kyle Tucker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
One action, no matter how small, can have a world of impact on the life of a child. Cedars started because one couple believed that they could provide a child with a better life. And that belief grew into the Cedars that we know today, a powerful force for good that helps thousands of kids across Nebraska. Belief grows.
Eustace Body Shop, where our customers send their friends. That's the greatest compliment we can receive. If you've been in an accident, we'll get you back in your vehicle as quickly as possible. Our technicians care about you and your family and repair your vehicle to factory standards. We handle your claim from start to finish and provide a free loaner car. Stop by for a free estimate. Eustace Body Shop, just south of 88th and Highway 2.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
We're on the air.
Back. Well, party's starting early today, isn't it?
To more of Early Break with Sip and Jay, brought to you by Gaina Trucking. On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It is time for the spillover. We got Chris Raff with us today, back from his working weekend. Good to see you made it back, Raff.
Good morning.
What were you doing, Raff?
I was at the, what was I at? The Spring Arts Festival at the Liberty First Credit Union Arena in Ralston, Nebraska.
I'll be darned.
Ralston did the show from the hotel room on Friday morning.
Yeah, that's what I do. In Ralston.
Long trip.
Gorgeous Ralston.
I've been to Ralston before. Played tennis up there before.
You can be in Ralston without knowing you're in Ralston.
That's true. That's fair. That's
Right.
true.
Beautiful this time of year.
Yes, it is beautiful. Speaking of beautiful, I guess update on the eclipse here. The eclipse, is that beautiful? I don't know if it's beautiful.
Like,
yeah. Per Jesse and Milford, has helped us out now a couple times today. It says the peak of 80% of the eclipse in this area is at 2 p.m. today.
Okay, now wait a second. The peak of the eclipse.
Yeah.
Yep.
We will not get in this path the full eclipse. We'll get 80%.
We'll just go a little.
It'll get dark. So at 2
It's
p.m.
not going to get dark.
No, at 2 p.m. it will get somewhat.
a little dark.
A little dark.
If you remember a couple years ago when the eclipse actually hit Nebraska, like Beatrice was a big part of this. Lincoln had a part of it.
Lincoln was.
It was like at 12:15. It felt like it was midnight.
I can tell you this.
It's wild.
It was amazing.
I can tell you this, Raph. I went home and it got dark enough that the chickens thought it was nighttime and tried to go back into their hotel, or the house.
Yeah.
It was awesome. It was really cool.
The chickens went up. There's a ramp. There's a ramp in the coop to get to the main house.
Yep.
And they would go there at night. And it got dark enough that they started to go up the ramp.
Yep.
And I told them, no,
bed.
it's just the eclipse.
Time for bed.
No, it's not time for bed. It's just the eclipse. Don't go up
This
there.
is temporary.
Yeah.
I went home to enjoy it by myself.
The street lights turned on.
The Salt Dogs
it was
were playing.
so cool.
The Salt Dogs were playing that day.
Yeah.
And they had a crowd out there for the eclipse. And I went to the Salt Dogs thing for a second, and then I went home because I wanted to enjoy it.
Yeah, it's crazy. My buddy lives down in Dripping Springs, Texas, and I guess that's right on the path of the eclipse. And
right now, today?
Yeah, and they're like expecting like 300,000 more, and usually
it's ridiculous.
300,000 people.
You're kidding.
So let me tell you,
there's like state of emergency in towns.
Yeah.
Because they're expecting so many people.
When this happened a couple years ago, and Beatrice was a main part of this.
Yes,
I'm
it
from
was.
Beatrice, okay?
Yes.
Bill Nye, the science guy, was in Beatrice.
That's right.
Okay?
That's right.
At Homestead National Monument. And there were thousands, like the hotels were booked out for a year plus before it.
It's crazy.
How many years ago was this?
Wasn't that 3 or 4 years ago?
Yeah.
We missed this.
I went
think
out
it was
during the
more
middle of
than
the
that.
day, and it's just,
Or was it 2017?
Text
was it that long
line.
ago?
Text line.
When was the last eclipse? Because it feels like it was a couple
it
years
was
ago.
huge.
The years just blend together now.
No, I think it was more than a couple years ago.
Was it before COVID or after COVID?
I think it was
before. It was pre-COVID.
It was before COVID.
I'm pretty sure.
2017?
Yeah.
2017.
That was 7 years
That
ago?
was like 2 years ago.
What's
I'm like,
happened?
wait a-
What's happened?
COVID was like 3 years gone.
You have some problems.
I remember that moment vividly. We were outside. We had like the afternoon show was doing the show at the ticket at 48th and R Street.
You had your glasses on?
And we had our glasses on. And we went outside, and it was 12:15, middle of the day, pitch black.
Yep.
Street lights are on.
Was it pitch
It got
black?
chilly out.
Yeah, it
got
dark.
chilly too.
Did it get pitch black?
It got pretty dark.
Yes,
I don't think it got pitch.
Yes, it did.
Did it?
Chickens were going to bed.
It was weird.
It was weird for sure.
I wouldn't travel thousands of miles to go see that in person. We were lucky it was here.
Mhm.
But it is crazy. Like Raph saying, all these people are traveling to see a 5-minute thing.
So today is not only the Eclipse, is the national title game, Raph, and it starts at 8:10 or thereabouts.
8:20.
Well, thank you, Jake.
8:20.
UConn, Purdue. UConn is a 6.5-point favorite. What do you think, Raph?
I'm going with UConn.
Mm-hmm.
6.5 might be a little steep.
Did you watch the action on Saturday?
Yeah. Yeah, I think UConn. They've been my team since the beginning. I mean,
we didn't talk.
Not that I've watched much college basketball during the season, but just seeing them. Yeah.
We did not talk enough today in our show, Raph.
That's because we had breaking news this morning.
We didn't talk enough about the games on Saturday night. Purdue, because of Calipari.
That's right.
Purdue holds North Carolina State to 50 points.
Yeah.
And UConn gets pressed by Alabama, ends up winning by double digits, but the game was close. They were pressed.
Yep.
Alabama's a good team.
They are. Alabama played really well in the first half and still lost by double digits.
Yeah.
UConn just blows everybody out. It's a tight game for a while, and they
break
away.
you.
They break you. They do.
They break.
Now this will be the interesting thing. Win or lose tonight, if UConn wins or loses, does Kentucky go after
Hurley?
So that he was mentioned in the list I saw from CBS Sports, and we were asking ourselves, why would he take that job?
I really disagreed with Bill on this. Bill's probably listening. He listens to the spillover. Bill, I don't understand why he doesn't think Nate Oates would go to Kentucky. I do. I said that to Bill. I do think Nate Oates would go to Kentucky. Why would Nate Oates not go to Kentucky if he's interested in furthering his career?
Yep.
I will say this about Nate Oates going to Kentucky. Why I could see him going to Kentucky is I was down in Tuscaloosa last weekend.
Alabama coach.
And I drove by Alabama's basketball arena.
Mm-hmm.
And you wouldn't even know it was their arena if you didn't know it was their arena. It's not huge.
Mm-hmm.
It sits down in the ground. So it makes me wonder, does Alabama put as much love and time into its basketball team as they do its football team?
No. The
answer to that is no.
The answer is no.
So I think that would be the reason. If he decided to go to Kentucky, that would be the reason why he'd probably have more resources going to Kentucky.
I always think that coaches, generally speaking, are very competitive, obviously, guys, high-end competitors, interested in furthering their career. And why, if you get into coaching, wouldn't you want to coach at Kentucky? If you get into coaching, would you say, I'd just rather coach at Alabama? I don't think so.
Depends if you want the pressure of Kentucky.
Alabama
made the first ever Final Four with Nate Oates. It's a pretty big
deal. I don't think
they got
those
money
guys,
down there.
like Lance, like I know Lance Leipold. He doesn't think like that. I know Lance. If Alabama came after Lance Leipold, he wouldn't say, "Oh, I don't know if I can handle the pressure." He wouldn't. Those guys aren't like that.
Yeah.
Nate Oates isn't saying, "I don't know if I can handle the pressure." No, they handle it. I would hire Oates if I were Kentucky.
Well, I would say this: if he's not high on their list of who they want, then that's a bad miss by
totally agree.
They should want Nate Oates.
I would lock in on Oates. That's what I would.
That'd be a great hire. And SEC stays.
He's good. He's a good dude too. I had a chance to meet him when he was at Buffalo.
He's a friend of Lance.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Lance Leipold knows him because they were at Buffalo together.
Yep.
That is it for us. The Drive with Raph, AD, and Amon Green is next for Steve Sipple and Bill Busch. I am Jake Sorensen. We will see you tomorrow.
Looking for a job that feels like family? Join Lincoln Industries, where tradition meets innovation. They're a family-owned, privately held manufacturer